Okay. Thank you very much. May I say, Abranaa so and on TV XYZ. It still remains the most authoritative Saturday morning show. I will be a jatum say show no kama, show no papa, show no. Last week yama na go for frame. Oh, can you na yesa? Arna yesa. Me so me ntiase me wa Santiago na. Bed must be poor me mania bere me my hene 1 week. Na nkrofo frame me for na me for just bu ete. Ahomanete. Nkrofo yare, nkrofo cheze wo ma hwe Abranaa so bibi ye omo. Eti ye bepo acho ne asere mo say last week no na duty course say jamu nyina mo ya we say sabio ye wo anansia wo ye radio any TV ye wo anansia wo di hene ane ye wo anansia wo sa eko school ye mumunti wo do ne mumunti ye neoma no bebre say de be ya ye betimi asom akwane asa nyina so ene de si last week no me de kakra e be kire mo e wo eye Asante Agona konfanoche a wo wu ye no okoba bio Dr. Anoche Frimpong ababio na wono ene wasakwa akura ne 1 week no ye be kire mu bibi kakra bi a ekoso ho naja His Royal Highness Okatakyei me di hey ebete wakoma bete evise me be kire wa hensem ne sede esidi no na ma kire mu a kire ba bi afriba ye friwa ne ye ne eslo usu won komo ketewa bi obi mpra eslo usu se na me ne won komo and a fantastic and komo na me ni bedi. Fantastic and common amini exclusively. I will make sure, sir, I will be as decorous as possible, but I am going to speak truth to power without fear, without favor. The idea I may very decorous with a solution is in 2007, a Michiano, Fantamai, no one was your love for you, Mamka Credi, Nanti Ama, Nehwasam Kano, a ya na ne Kayamede, else when they beka. Esla Osu Yebedin Komo. Tia Ana Nyansa wa any area, I do asa for sacked. Yebedi Sam Komon so. But when I come, the show continues. Within still remains the Bombardier, the Field Marshal, the Squadron Leader, the Ranger, the Buffalo, one Royal General Kabaka Bumfa, Edeshia enemy. Such a Edeshia Mifra Santiago Namia Sante Agona Yoko Hine. Now, and I'm saying, ubeti me stress on the Royal for me. I am the man that bears the spirit of our forebears from Kenneth Kawuna, Leopold Senghor, Samora Masema, Madibo Keita, Jomo Kenyatta, Julius Camarada, Nyerere, Kwame Nkrumah, Nelson Mandela, Robert Mugabe, Muammar Gaddafi, Fidel Castro, Camilo Fusiango, and Che Guevara, all the people that fought for the freedoms of the African race. I bear their spirit. And come here, maybe see how the show continues. The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
Kofi guys, headache, sombo. Osodi, na nipa brew inside na dress na enkono na abochoko ko wankwane ya. Oh. You home family back okra. My hospital kra ma e catch him say malaria. Malaria nresu man no. Also dey e kai edu herbal clinic. Malaria wo beto na ta. Wo dey do bia ba wo fan edek malakio mixture. Mambo bi na no. Malaria be jare. Fever be jare. Edek malakio mixture. Genome na bottle.
Edek malakio anu odin etumi malaria papa. Edek malakio betimi fever no ho. Eti de yi hame.
Edek malakio mixture.
Ebema wonu mu atoso no.
Edek malakio mixture.
If you moja mhunsa wo 3D and sana wa fe 3D
apemfo abata wa manufo ne kwada wo ne fie dum yenu nka ho edek enkwa sombo FDA ahwehwe sa edwadie krato yi mu agye atom se eye
Medals said waje wakonya awutie the most authoritative show on Saturday morning. Okatakyei Afrifa Mensah asante agona yokohene anybody hwe enseye said America ne yesomo akwanu se nyina so yesomo wo TV so and radio so yesa somo kana say ahensemu ni ade de enti ama show so last week Saturday and say me my hene Dr. Frimpong anoche ababio na sabre no wokwakura ne na wotwe na yedi ne na wotweda etina jamani abre papa ato abese no na bese himanu yanko hwe amamra ni amane kakra bi na yemra yeba baabi a monti ase migiri se monti ase no mekere mo ase so hunu se bese himanu mu a yeka abese no a ene ne yeka bese ye no enka teteni efra ne denchembo denchembo no de enti efra ne denchembo no se denchem densuom enso no mu nsuo tienie na denchembo no ne se enka tete ye kwa ako a wo rebesi enso komo ne wo tienie eti edu abesenu a na chese ye de besi ato yanum ekọ ako na se anibre abapapapa saa nso na saa so obi wu no kwakura no man hini bi ana obi osombu bi ekwakura no man ya eno no ahemfo no ye se ato abesenwe na enka tete ne ye de se kan we ahwede no anibre abapapapa etu se bese ehyemanum a na eye abesenwe bre anaduro anibre na aduro de montiase entoma ne frame na edi 56 years eno ne fra na manso ntoma tienie manso ntoma se kwa Afrifa me ne wo ka asem bia wiase na mfasa manso ntoma no efra de obeka bia mentie ena no menya ne tie se eye kan say akufo adunie president abajo se president executive secretary no bedi atu yesi bedi atu se won me wode mbeko Udewu yesi achemfo pemanso wo pemanso cha yekuni me wo pemanso cha me yekuni awradi nyankopon he modi asem man kan fa ma ho okroma se bedi atuo so de mbeko court se adan ya wakotwa ne picture na me nam ka sa fajo to kokura ansem me nam ka sa dress se Pablo Escobar hey me ka sa ma kire mo me say kro obi antimi mfa sa court sem no ewrenran wo de me court to pe me fra me manso ntoma no awu be hunu no ene wo de abetra o ye be wie ni nyina pepepe na yenko proceedings e course kakra bi e wa asante agona ne yemra back ye de ba bia monti ase be kire mu yenko Okay, fantastic. When Messi will be a boy beer in the surround while you could be. Obia boa delay, but see Obia boa. A boy beer in the surround while you could be. A man quokra was sure want to me you could be what an son of Bohokake. Have will be to me as antimedia to one will be to me in Roma. The catcher of pain. Now, Osha, a ya mamma near Manianwa. Me drew baby, me two a ya me channel. Na se chire nyina ne se okochia wo brempon a owo soro chen wa. Ene a agona e man hini eni ho kwakurei. Ene the next person a ono eye in charge. Eye Nana Japa ameya oye bipoa ehene. No ye me yonko brebo pa. Wono na eye agona amanto nso no ne ni fa hene etu wotenem as the acting president of eye agona traditional council. De ti ametu me channel no. Se ohini bia nso duru badwam na ahemfo mpanimfo etewa ohina wati badwam no se mikoto se miwura na ese tutu etewa medika achia wo no ansa na machia nchenchen eti abade yenko raf yenhwe ade Bra. Aha, enipa mese kwachia no na eye asantema nyina adonten hene. Otumfo adonten hene ana me kwachia no na yeka adonten hene asanti fekutire yeka fekutire na yese enka tete na ne yekọ akon no na yewo eye battalions brigade. Now the first brigade ne akwamuni kontire a yempamu oba next in line eye adonten fekutire no wei ana edianimu wohene eye adonten hene na adonten hene ana edianimu eti ye kwachia na adonten hene asa abre no na esi otumfo na esi etutu anemu ewo eye yi na se yenko ne yenko ade Raf meda se baby ana me de Mensah wo form nchen echese hanyina wonandia na se kire no mehu se bebre no ame to social media na mobusa se sa eye asano a Mensah no fontom from the ebo fontom from bia wa se kire etimi de Mensah pem form na me kire no hanyina wonan dia me de konchen echere se hanyina ewo no miwura eno no eti na yes aye be kire ne ahwe eye video so a edi akiri but before that medical kamesi obi antimi rema okroma obi aboa krowe obi aboa we ye secretary kura wo boa obi aboa Yanto aso just 30 seconds ni yen hwa de ye wi ayemra back na yen ne eselu ni nkomo yanto aso. Amamra ni amane yanto ntwene me obetimi akosua wo nioma no a wasua wa burukyere ni nyina ba wo ba still now you can't intimidate me because me I know where I come from. People without a knowledge of their history and where they come from is like a bird flying without a tree to stand on. Marcus Garvey said, and I still maintain that where I come from I am very proud with it. Musuku semne ma bro for semne nyina it doesn't move me. Now you're moving forward. And Esla Cleopatra Ousu, and I use the word Cleopatra because we'll be able to say former empress of you can say Egypt. Esla Cleopatra Ousu. The NTS laws mean to me can I say me brain say in 2007, Michian one word of my medium ni power yam papa. I am a kai. It's told me to me can I say Bobo will be abwa and a haibeka a had a nyansa a war Yabeka achero. Eslosu ema ye deadline say wo ye a SIM card re-registration. Ye catcher and say SIM card re-registration no process no dey fashion no. Say be previous nyansa bi anim. Ma productivity ekofom COVID-19 bre nipa betete COVID-19 ayomo ho. And for that matter, we expected that Eslosu would do things differently. But unfortunately, Eslosu behaving to say empress. I said the whole Ghana Yenedia will be ankoda or no time or pay. There is no law, there is no constitution, there is no parliament. Eslosu do open way based on her emotions, based on said we're gonna based on San will be heavy. San will be heavy. Now Wamaya up to a year March. Yakacha is this cannot autocratic behavior of Memao ultimate to me. A long died with Julius Caesar. And now you move along the people. It takes another level of intelligence to move people along with you when it comes to a nation's development. Unfortunately, it looks like the people leading us today, they do not understand what it means by cooperation with the people. They've created an envelope between themselves and the people they are leading. And for that matter, they behave like autocratic behavior. You can say leaders. Mema up to a match. Well, yeah, make SIM card him. Near Busan say Marabena and man coins I say mema up to a year July. Why yeah, make card him. Near Busan say Marabena ma coin or say ne wasaba no abeka say me say tie muno. I reluctantly hey tie aha na nyansa wo. Fameko wisdom. Na yenhwe Esla Ousu ne press conference a wo be ye yenkonkoti.
Indicate that there was a 90% drop in SIM registrations as soon as the first deadline was extended on 21st March. Until a week ago, there were no queues at any registration center. People started rushing to register when they realized that the deadline was imminent after going to sleep when it was extended. About 50% of those who have completed the first stage of the process have not concluded the second stage.
Hold on. Hey, your man, you're serious now. You're arguing with that. Why must people queue to go and register SIM? Why must people? I don't know. Say nipa ekodi. Look, when you're serious, kakra. Wamaya ya timwa. Muni ya juma mama amfoni yenti. Debi amosha da creative busybody attitude. Ya kosa like 10 ya voters ID card. Ni ya kosa like 10 ya Ghana card. Ya se Ghana card ni information ya jiji ni yanfaso bi eni so. Yensa kosa like 10 ansani ya SIM card re-registration. Omampani kufuo nyansemu no ye se obebie eye National Identification Authority, which at that time was supposed to make sure say ebenya eye national ID card, because from the days of Kwame Nkrumah 1957 ebesi ne enam say ni proper data and records of the people living in the country and Kwame Nkrumah set a birth and death registry. The setting up of birth and death registry and no anani ade checking who say Ghana for do a etimuni nipa do a ewoni. Now emre ko nanim ewiase ko nanim no ye hunu say sa paper na ye choro so birth and death registry no biometrics and ni ade nipa bonefo timi eye bi efra. We need to move forward. We've moved forward to a case where the whole country we've agreed say yeah jeje national database one said ye be ya sebio enipa nkosa lie ansani akwaje passport national database enipa nkosa lie ansani akwaje ye can say DVLE card driver's license enipa kura ya besa akosa lie. All of these people okwa birth and death registry ya bejo biometrics okwa be you can say passport ya bejo biometrics okwa DVL ya bejo biometrics and yes sa ni o mani nyina na emwa. As a nation we need to have one database and what all the biometrics yaka biometrics na nipa onsa ensoa ano anywani any quite a few features be different from every other person. Now yasa kwasala ya jeje sa biometrics ni nyina agumwa wie. All Esileusu could do was that obetimi afre kenatefa wo jeje biometrics no wo jeje nkrofo data no wo je wo numbers so because Ghana card baby wo personal number no watchro this is my personal number third party number no watchro. So if you have in Ghana card database NIA database say me 0242024211 no quite free fan and why then do I need to go and sign another lie and sign masako registration of that same number? But my main cancer would be assessed low soon canatefa woman kasa Professor Tefo Monkasa and I'll prove to you. Or Kotina Kwame Sefaka and him Ubisan Bibia Monfrek and Atefa and Mumusana. I mean, are you serious? When you're serious, and so when you're serious. Now I say Enkrofo and Salai. The very moment I extended that lie. Eslamian Kanjo said there was no lie. There shouldn't have been any lie. As Enkrofo ko from Kodi Ekonya Diane Edie. As a truck pushers copia Edie. So mo to office here adwuma truck drivers wan kwa adwuma woni di it's woman ya dwene kwa chire pa productivity no say be ye ne yen tache no na komo ne nkrofo no anka in the first place yen kosa lie kora. So you had no business say woman nkrofo kosa lie so mo nkonko ye SIM card registration. It's a nipa na tiada because why extend here. It is up to you to come up with different measures to make sure they register at the comfort of their homes. Yango TS Lebiu.
They have linked their SIMs to the Ghana card, and so that cannot be attributed to Ghana card challenges. I've also been informed that some people who have obtained quick loans from their service providers have decided not to register their SIMs to avoid repaying those loans. That is evil corruption, and you will be found out.
I think as also you are governing your institution with more of emotions than a cogent policy, logical policy. And quickly, are you saying it has also come to my notice? A whole communications minister, you never knew a lot of people take quick loans without paying. So on what basis were you telling them? On what basis? As also, tell me, on what basis? It means you are not even on top of issues. Say it has come to my notice. As you can say communications minister, you had no idea the number of people might take a quick loan. I won't try. And I would throw weight about. Now, my warning. Maybe can me catch them for some more muntria quick loan near Chomini. Because we knew so won't mean chum. Make a hole. Mena media green feeling my Ghana for so moon quadru quick no more muntria. Because sir Cleopatra behavior, Julius Caesar behavior, Emperor Commodus mu behavior, sir, ya ma warning, ya kasi boso. Look, a champion 1970 something, a person was a son from a year left driving to right driving. Why me man for warning? Udi adwene bumaya, make sure say you move the people along with you on national development. What the champion did was the Okatakyei and yom no created this, no ma celebrities eto Kwame Nkrumah person moving the people along, work and happiness. On my celebrities and yom to for near creative yom kakra, no ma yes say, and the people get happy and they get along with it. Mudie de dwe kan dwe ni afefesem mu leading crofo as a mo ye demigods bi na mo take care of the people, and for that matter no abegina I give you up to end of March. If you don't register I will cut your sim. Hey tete untimi nkato bi aha na nyansa wo o person moving along the people na omo bua ma bu mai nipa na wo di omo so omo nya nwan ne mponchi o wo mo ye nipa eti ya manipa ne ti ase ese oh mo mu ye yonti ana ye sa registration no na no nti ye be make sure say ye be mo yes sa nioma no comfortably na nya say okosa like COVID-19 bre mo die anya mo dwe kan o me gina no mo kasa. Look at the demeanor of Eslowsu talking to Ghanaians as he say one ne nana bi ne ma bi na kasa na dwe. Pay attention to the demeanor of Eslowsu. Onegana focus, ne pay attention to the same Eslowsu on Okatana Kwame Sefaka. And I'll tell you body posture and demeanor. And I've said this. When it comes to communication, body posture, demeanor, facial expression composes about 75%, 15% pen airways. Look at Eslowsu behavior and in the demeanor. Famiko next one. Famiko next one, Intino. Famiko next.
Broadband wireless access registrations also commenced barely a week ago, and they have only been able to register just about 2% of their subscribers as at Friday, 29th July. Many data-only SIMs have also not been registered, and my information is that their owners were not aware that those SIMs also needed to be registered. Those are the SIMs in your MiFis and other devices, not your phones and iPads.
Fanatoso. Any body language or Ghana for not your phones. Those are the SIMs in your MiFi and Asla only man for the kasa yanya o mawo. You we dread. Hey, mamu we dread too much. When the Ghana for kasa Ghana for na do see baby o see your taxes na tuaka. Sawan kasa we dread na pese obi e wa adwuma de akobi adwuma ofro. Sabi munyo obia o mutu mi firi monsa munyo obia eti muni manfo na amamo adwuma munya bi to aduane die munye dwe too much. Look at the boy, those are the SIMs in your MiFi and your TNA and the body language. TNA.
I believe some of them are even in our electricity meters, if my information is right. It's also come to my knowledge that amputees and others who have some physical challenge are also a category of persons who are having some difficulties registering their SIMs. We will have discussions with the NIA on how to resolve these challenges.
And you see, unfortunately, these people are leading us. So one will ask, what level of thinking went into the policy of re-registration if you could not get something as simple as say 12.8% of 30.8 million people, which is above 3 million people, you can say fiscally challenged people. If you are making a policy and you could not take into factor into consideration, what policy was that? What level of thinking went into that policy? It means the whims and whams of when your emotions twist. And as those who interest, same card registration, or interest. Because what you want to say? What your policy? Ukwa brochira yenye policy bia wa bra yen factor into it eye wo mu asem bi o madi dem na wo se maye a whole policy. It has come to my notice that amputees and Even the word amputees, was that as a minister of state? Are the amputees in Kwan? One more money in France, you amputees, oh. Ah? One more masons in you amputees. It will be a near Frane, say a son and sa, a massive you or the cocoa registration. One money chat. It has come to my notice. There are some. Ursula, please get serious. Ursula, get serious. Eh? Yes, we all agree that we need to register our SIMs. Said the beya ye bet me a monitor ye kind of say no ye network ye telecommunication space, you know, the nipa and fair anybody. I agree with you 100%. I support that 100%. But the procedure and the posture of you as a person, the one leading the course, are you kidding me? You got to be kidding. I had an answer with you.
Ghanaians on official assignment outside the country or students on scholarships who cannot acquire the Ghana card by December should also contact the NCA. Special provision has already of the diplomatic corps in consultation with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, and they have been notified.
The only internationally recognized document that certifies that somebody is a Ghanaian, yakas will be a Ghanaian, a internationally recognized document, a passport. And for that matter, say ye issue Ghana card, na NIA, and me issue Ghana card, the man common sense should tell us to say, same procedure no ade ama Ghanaians a omo abroad no aka betimi ama nkrofo a womo enya womo Ghana card but womo kura passport e betimi dia register na so womo nya womo Ghana card na omo akwa update simple bedwanti eselani awoto nkrofo ti kom ha womo register Ghana card since 2019 womo nya womo card enso esela se sa nkrofo no womo mpeu by a year 30th September make sure Okasa oboso dodo. Okasa oboso krowe munyina wo bia boa mo boa e Brandon. Hey. Esra nyabotere machushi, eh? Stop it, come on just how for am no. Aha na nyanso mutia. Because na ye man crofo card. And na ntimi register over 10 million people. So that 10 million plus na womunya womu card no. How should they go and do a year registration of same card now? What does it even make sense to you? Does it make sense to you as a solution? Does it make sense to you? Instead of inciting fear in the people, why are you not rather coercing the people? Sometimes luring the people say, "Mama yemfa eye, uba na be ye kura ye be ma simka na what my communication a team microphone no mo de ende da." Yantrosu ni enti no.
The SIM registration app will be available for download on both Android and iOS this week, barring any unforeseen circumstances. Each registration via the app will be subject to a 5 cedi surcharge. You will pay 5 cedis to register yourself on the SIM registration app.
Bra. Okay, so at this point, I want to clearly believe, say, the people leading us, keep on crosswalking in the home team. They are bereft of ideas. Now, TNA, what might be what Jitum say? Data collection is important. You can data collection. See a man for no information. Dear go baby fako. Important no. Sawa mine at no point. Ana bema BB as simple as even 50 pesos. Impediment in the way. You can impediment say basic coin. Ebia what 10 kind now should say 5 cedi no enye you can say bibia. Tienye. Eso su tia na nyansa wo. Now 5 cedi now what's a wo jenkro for nyansa bi anim. Okaka was said that is not an option. Ubetimi to car kodi eye lie so. Already line and kodi and productivity ecoform the telcos are telcos in a boka more. It's only your first mistake away I say coachum. Utimi ye app na ye de register no. Senye dwen na ye ofa esenka sa line na ye kodi no kwa coachum. Eh? Now fe wama Ghana for no app no why encourage you through communication, through advertisement, through NCC, why encourage you say afedia yamana ye easy at the comfort of your home. You can sit down and register. Why encourage it? Now it's left with more than 10 million people or more register here. Imagine if you are able to encourage even half of the 10 million people. We are talking about 5 million people. 5 million people on a beko app on so akwa registration. Say yesika what the app on na apesa o take. Common sense should tell a solution in Nkrofo say. The more people are going on the app, ubetimi akọ MTN, akọ Vodafone, akọ all the telcos, enu omakoye negotiation say. Enipa bebre use app no. So you should put 30 seconds, 15 seconds advert on the app. And you will make a lot of money than the 5 cedi. Now, any civilized society, who could do UK, who could do US, Singapore, Sabio encountered no and now Julius Caesar Adrenano, any papa so more Sabio Yamani Pato Bolegua, yes, and Samansama and Tankasaba, and no Koyan Samansama, way Uncle Fatchina Bonwo Babia, because you can't intimidate people. The best thing is how could do UK, could do Singapore, and then for your chair more count the ball a bar. What the ball and share one when your coins, $5, $10. It's a usual. Instead of charging the people for 5 cedi, meanwhile the same abino opposite data no for the bar, or charge you almost 5 cedi say it's an option. Abaya when you nyansanka 5 cedi no craba be incentive say, unya register, you bet your 5 cedi worth of credit. It's baby a usual minor. They use incentives to lure the people to get data. Yedi sikadie basa. Sikadie basa. Sikadie basa. It's what he said, Oko use you. It will be to come code lies. So that's what me create app. In the first place, the start of it, when I say app on the as a create app. And what create app on us sikadie antimunia hoto. One mama for free chance to use the app. One, ubenya information in them. Two, ubetime the advert to so ubenya more money than even the 5 cedi. But I been no tibon koswa jene tibon koswa. We obetena wa have a man for use app because me 5 cedi in your registration. Basing them register open kate. Me register. And I will register based on principle. O money free na accessible. I will give you the data and information you want. But why am I free? Why am I accessible? I won't register. Me, I will register. As long as you don't charge anybody 5 cedi. Your Royal Highness, Cleopatra Tenier, and charge you 5 cedi. So, person app no developing no munyaska, or monfa advert, and to so telcos in India advert in a car. Because the telcos will willingly pay. After all, the telcos are already spending on Nkrofo or Moya registration, and productivity of the telcos conform because now a Juma no Modibe Yina, Wamaja Jumani the registration. So Katia telcos and said, now we've created an app. Instead of people trooping into your offices, pay a little more so that we can manage this app. And the telcos will pay. Esra, think. A general maninya Juma. Mumaha, Nyansa, Munti. Boni uncle.
Resident Ghanaians who do not have the Ghana card can use their passports to complete the process via the app, but will be required to update their details with the Ghana card once they acquire it. They have up to December 2022 to do so. I urge them to comply with these directives and to contact the NCA if they have any peculiar challenges.
So omo abruchi don betimi don passport aye na later omo update. So common sense in chires na say omo nya Ghana card so obe mo omo de omo passport aye na omo nya omo Ghana card no a na omo update ya na de ya why lack this simple basic common sense? So we're from threatening people and why ya metwam meanwhile say nipa no sebi uko read article 296 of the 1902 constitution was say the two me ma obi so onya adwuma whether eye sa amamra mu ana amra foforo bi agana ya sa amamra no emma ho kwan say ubetimi use to me anyhow ubetimi akasa oboso. It needs to be fair and candid. Okay, to be fair yemu say ho sebi o say make Afrifa mtie makoye me na registration na NIA ma me card. Na mean to me for SIM card registration. Now so are you fair to me? Are you candid to me? So as also just said, J posture na, then Diana, and if you don't make your ultimate will be a SIM card mukruma. You know. And I can say yeah, the days of Magna Carta Libertatum, where people wake up and they do anything they want or they say anything they want. As also be serious. Yeah, moving on.
The statistics indicate that there was a 90% drop in SIM registrations as soon as the first deadline was extended on 21st March. Until a week ago.
It's okay. Because as I'm Didi, as from here, you did. What me for same registration, you know, because minimum conform to me kosala ya about 5, then room so no ma more than 4 times and room so. So why I stand here as well compared to anidi? Or mine come club woman too much. So Esla, please stop that thing. Now when you demean and one Ghana phone in de kasa. Na yanko kwa Mr. Kan show so ni yanko hwe or take kwa and mind you, kwa Mr. Kan and man the platform. Emane be Esla usu. So it looks like us or respect me for Esla kwa Mr. Kan. It your question na hono. What dey hwe demean and body pusher. Cheza kwa Mr. Kan na what any mu no more important than guy you too for say to on kasa. More important than former president Kufuor. Say any party to be afraid and asem for mo kroma nyina no. Kwa Mr. Kan important than them. So when he's sitting in front of Kwame Sefakan, his demeanor is more calm, well collected. Then when he's talking to the whole general Ghanaian population, Okasa rough. Hey, my friend, very serious. What?
End of August, your review process no. Now you who said no queues, you still no queues, sir. Afi, who won't register with SIM card no. Ube who said udata no be contem asin. Said yes, he called down.
Esla yamfa emotions ne bu man. Anya woda sorry asem you di besu trim ya no abeka. O data be content emra be na ma kwan say obi register ne sema eno de ye charge ni different and obi register ne. Come on, get serious. Esla. See, I support Kwaku Kwaten frame on this whole SIM card registration. I stated my position that I am not against SIM card registration, but I am against the process. You are intimidating the people, inciting fear. These things belongs to the days of Julius Caesar. This intimidation and inciting of fear belongs to the days of Emperor Commodus. This intimidation and inciting of fear belongs to the days of Cleopatra. It doesn't belong to 21st century governance and leadership. You cannot continue to incite fear in the people. You better with data. But come on, stop that thing. Instead of inciting fear in the people, you should make sure that you let the people get comfortable to move with you. Let the people understand your policy. And stop this thing about, and now, come on, stop it. Ezra, stop. Jai is rough. Jai rough.
It will be more expensive to use an unregistered SIM than to use a registered SIM. They are deliberate. Ube who say services bin so wo a ube bre ansa na watumi ayusu phone no ediaye. Ye bebo kokko. Say on register with SIM card ninti ena sa how no wunya no nti kona ko register with SIM. U register pair sa how no nyina ebeko. And a few other measures are ye ne network operators no eye ho adwuma sesia.
Somebody also is a lawyer or your lawyer ni na one was what meeting our na lawyer ni nye dwa o nim se bibia wo my mumra ane de what na say me emotions kire me say one register asemwa you better tell more services bi wo a Ghana mra no a Telecommunications Act no hefa na ma o kwan say wo obi register and same as per wo. And even if you take the document that guides a registration of SIM card, it does not say ID card the petimi a Ghana card nko. People can use different national IDs to register their SIM. It is our person for the purposes of say yeah checking crofo. Yeah use Ghana card. And yes, with the posture and crofo ne combat does or mumbe use. Don't be talking like stop it. Come on, just out of now you krumana. Fire kwani next one next if I can come on. Yentino.
Senka almost share see 2019. Neka aka see nyina ye kan ne ye refi. Se ebinumo ekwa pro ekutia Ghana card.
Hold on. For me ko ba ko ansa no aba we cause no ka asem se fa kan busa the question ansa no oba be masa response. Ti for me ko next one ansa no aba ha. For me ko
se sims I am register wo memu ha ye nintino. Ebinumo ye ne ye sim card ne totwene kra unhu onipa ko a oye no. Mobile money fraud, identity fraud. Omwa ye extorti sika everyone ho nansani abai ne sa so called financial services nenam ye de bo enkrofo apo ni nyina enam ye mobile devices so ni nya register dia wa obeye bisa no wo hwehwe enye hwehwe na ye be hu ntam na yaso sa ohaw no ano inti ye nyina ye interest ye be ye na ayeyi nya ban ne pese oha amanfo nti ode sa system yi registration yi ebe na
afi wonu se aha na nyansa wo no amekan no wonwa nyansa fo kasa etu nim se obetimi akasa se ya kire manfo no se oh ebia momo fraud ekoso enipa pese ombom kro no enya aban na pese oha mo ye nyina pese ye ne ye se be ya nkrofo mom kro no. What stops you from explaining to the people this way? Rather than say Cleopatra posture no adwe kasa no abegina no kasa I will make katemo. O kasa say kire manfo na manfo no abete wase say o policy na wo de ba na in the interest of them. It won't be moving along with you. Dabi odi anyawa odi ane say ba begina na ma others no aka ne hwene no ma yentie ni bio.
Time ye Ghana card 2018 almost as ye re-registration. Almost call Parliament koje to me efi Parliament ho LST enyuma ahorwa upese uya anamon ahorwa upese utua ubehia
menimre aha no Sivaka busa an question about say Ghana card question busa an I had no relation after we blame NDC for na ama enkrofo anko register na fa emfa so bi ani so. Now we've gotten to a point where Ghana for be bring registration of Ghana card. And so also in order for you to exercise that powers not arbitrarily, you know so want to mean cancel will be a network wa. The best thing you can do and say Obama manfo no ate policies na say chiremu chire omo come up with policies said so be use stars so be use there you those people who have following they can incite their people to come and help you register your sim now app no ade aba no make sure say be free say the be ya telco so na nkrofo kobo pay so nyina ye betwam na encourage people to use the app. In payment of the app encourage you can say corporate institutions so mo form advertisement so na te please, let's use our brains. Where there we in Fasobi and so say rerun need the keka. Look, minim the other video, but the posture of a Selosu sitting in front of Sefaka in the posture talking to us Ghanaians. Yankore.
Ghana card, SIM registration account. And a mandatory so say you shall use the SIM register the Ghana card for SIM registration purposes. Enti almost as year registration 2019 no mwako boye nyina kokose emre bi bedua niema bi wo ho a peso ye wo memu ha woni Ghana card na untumi enye. And it is mandatory for us to use the Ghana card for good reason. SIM registration ye sha se enye no ye enye ye complaint everybody say you need identity document bi a ye betumi a verify. Inti ye bia keke na ebinom nso are register gu ho no to kwa otua more for registered sim than for an unregistered sim. Inti obi di obi foforo voters ID card and other ID card no they are registered gu ho no. Oko use na asem bi ba na ye hwehwe onipa ko a oye ya osanyamia. We don't want to go down that road again. Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. Or how the woman in a young anything you say, pa no, tra no, you use Ghana card. And no, dear, it may verify. Uko NIA, ubia data or honomo. Ye use sa Ghana card. And it is in our interest to use a single and a identifier through our life for a good database. And only a yenina yajiatum. Akoje pini free parliament say edi ahye emra say Ghana card no na ye be use said ye wusika no
enjo betimi akasa se akire manfo ni sin ntidi ene how edi ene how ni say dwa no a mo mount platform. Look, Asla, this is very simple. Ghana card no, all you could do when Minikofi TV grantee interview, I told him, I know sir, these things when I say them, you take. Sir, you can say, up on our Muslim developing. Sabi you obit me tena me. There are certain sites I from a trading sites. I'll bet me a trading when it comes to a huge amount of money. Which me tena Ghana ha? Me register on that trading site by taking your biometrics. It's sad ya we news. Sad trading site, you know. All you need to do is to take a picture of your face, because a picture of your face in your NIA database would that. Hey, TNA. Or you when him said yeah, SLA nyansa BNM. Actually BNM. Just a simple taking of your face, adding it to a information kura mosa mo app no demand no. Anka wawie. Ubetimi use face in their NIA database. Now watching a meme particulars in the profile now. No more printed their to a number no a mediana so forever. That's it. People don't need to go and queue anywhere. After all, some would there and go find my position or more quanchena or more registration. Fingerprint and your phone or pick fingerprint. So why can't I use the same camera of my phone to pick my finger? Why do I even need to pick my fingerprints again? Facial recognition. Unless you are telling us NIA data for nothing. Because other than that, send me kodi bone na Ghana police person who say me di bone no. The very moment they put my face into the NIA database, it is supposed to bring my profile up. As long as you could just print you can say create an app where app would demand for you to scan your face. The very moment I'll scan your face, or maybe you even scan your you can say Ghana card no. What scan your face? Scan Ghana card new year. App on no. All MTN and Vodafone has to do is that they now feed into NIA database using my facial recognition. Normally they are picking me information. Omo print here, omo they are two omo files. So say sa number way, assume way ananedia. That's it. That's all. And yes, you can deal na whole sellers who pay there. But you see, onik Professor Tefan Kasa. It is a fucking interview. It's a fucking interview. On it, you beside me, I say, Monfrey can Tefan Musano. How can you sit down and such a policy who use you a Tefa at the end at the Aya whoop? There is no coherence. You don't even understand what is going on. That's like get serious. Get serious, okay? O my no etimu nkofo pesikadie cha adwuma. Wait. Say eye obedi 55 sirimwa. Ede ya do create app no. Obeje kakra. Ewa. Aha. Ede ya sa de ya omuye so mkoto machines. So procurement cost mewa. Obedi. Enya so person survey say woboa. Senesa dia Professor Tefa agigi information ne dida. Eti nipa na register when you scan in the face ya obetimi use facial recognition no akọ into ni send OTP one time password na quickly and once put na yen tena create Google account, yen create Gmail account, yen create Yahoo account, and me the information papa kura for email and microphone to me hack. So how do they money? I don't know managing who says I email account to a asmesidia. ME who the spam, ME free, ME who original ones. Because oh yeah, you making sure see me church or near maybe some one-time password to be yes as say I want to say robotic. We are human being no feeling. We need to think. Yes, yeah, journey. You're paying for no money. Sikadia or mother chagane. As also men come against you say that because we don't often I'm a kaipa, but and then we yanse be any. I'm telling you. Oh my man for kosala productivity keke yanse be any. Aha, and yansa o. Abranaa so ko me did Okatakyei Afrifa Mensah. But I'm more busy am ba the show continues with Ivan Innocent Che Bernard Odo Techi BOT. Enko be bia me basisia.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
Welcome to AutoCheck Vehicle Diagnostic and Licensing Center.
I hear my car can be checked here without going to so many hour crash.
Sure.
Emission, check.
Alignment, check.
Brakes, check.
Visit AutoChecks at Koforidua Aquadrum Road for the roadworthiness of your vehicle, from saloon cars to heavy-duty industrial vehicles. Madam, your car is now ready for the road.
Thank you so much. AutoChecks, check.
AutoChecks, your safety, our priority.
AutoChecks. Nyansa Shase, Oni Nyamisro. Power 97.9 FM for the Wisdom Summit 2022. Abobasi. Watson Safre, Reverend D.Y. Donko, Councillor Donko, Reverend Dr. Charlotte Odro, Sofumame Councillor Bako, Dr. Eugene Ba, Oye Embryologist, Na Elder Dr. Nana Amo Toby, Chairman of Tobinko Group of Company, Onusuri Baby, Wisdom Summit 2022. Power 97.9 FM. Majumezini Sinanano Donoru host here. Ajimani, Awani, Osu Presbyterian Church Auditorium. A hot noye venue. 10 a.m. and apartment bro unit time. There's a Jumezino Ashishano. Saturday, 20th August 2022. Isaiah 33 verse 6. Ose, he will be the sure foundation of your time. Guest artist your Celestine Donko. Serpade impartation Wusunya Bio Wisdom Summit Yasa. 9 day ever send attend. Ezako number you do 0248 712812. A Sunday yana ya reserve who sit amo.
What percent will sponsor Wisdom Summit 2022 fresh 0554 343 167 0554 343 167.
Hey, Wisdom Summit Nyansa wa warimu Nyansa wa apomudimu Nyansa wa yeyomu Wisdom Summit Nyansa wa wompenatwimu.
BOT say, hey. I can't make us so. Memo akwa say other social Abranaa so on TVX YZ. Yoguswa edi nkomo na enano said ye chance here. Eslo so semwa waka afa SIM card re-registration. eja Cleopatra eni tikrum ha Empress Cleopatra sorry how the emotions here no ana eja ode ba be kana asem with me in the studios Minian Mama Bo Mudida, Ivan Innocentche, a social commentator. Ivan Akaba. Maybe Abokode.
Hey, one of me, dear, wow. I mean, a grow come.
So, yeah. So, when a Kufa the Umprese, I'm a move, Papa. I'm a move. So, I had most economists, the chartered economist, and a NDC member. BOT Bernard Odutechi. BOT Akwa.
Yeah, nana we there wanu nwi dia say fa kwasi ndum promise.
Na no meru ba sam. We say na me ba ayi enra anwumre anam ko yi na chese. Anopem sorry me dey polish no e wa himfie. So it is a barbering shop actually.
Me hwe wo
do me barbering shop. I feel grooming and barbers. In fact, man no ho nwinti na be barbering shop. Cause me permiti pa today say me bia me amenya adaje akotre ama o my emitri ho fan ama me but also shirt no akono anu attitude tiri ho so kama no come up na
me de mere buy
ye ni za go we bia ti akwa babio ma me starting free was so right there as also say or my bio was share from last year. Edu a match here was say obe kati a SIM card enkrofo say there be ontimi nkate no was say obe kate obe say no movie here by end of July yin so ba here be kate SIM card me kate SIM card well movie here ko 31st now that will mark exactly a year I the starting NT Obekate and Grofo. The posture, the demeanor, how she portrays her as in the feelings and the law. Article 296 of the 1992 Constitution. It talks about the arbitrariness of powers given to people. Say how the woman's posture and the law says. Say na who no.
Yedi kama menchia what you for no wahefo.
What you for Joseph?
God being so good. Minya the other share ne press now and my printing a 12-page statement na manya daje a review I interrogate and deep within my mind I can say without any show of equivocation say she's a Kakistocrat.
Well, a Kakistocrat.
Yeah, she's a Kakist. That's what she is.
And also what you say?
Kakistocracy simply means government by the worst kind of people. Into when democracy deteriorate, I say democracy ejigu. Na bibia anya adwuma a graduate to Kakistocracy. Enti ho ye de tumi mani pa said the Lord Atenkan say power corrupt but absolute power corrupt absolutely. Enti say udu that level of the Lord Atenkan and then it means what do Kakistocracy at that level no ministers of the state see themselves more powerful than the state. And this all share any body line within a posture or see she reluctantly. And any
based on day, so reluctantly based on day.
She
as a one
she sees or you Ghana for favor. I said you'll be about shop no tardy. Na a boa person or tone ideally no tone sir, but a humobrunti or say oh me tone say amount. And to share any posture no she lack mannerism.
For the purpose of your viewers the posture no the beginning of the show me chere two postures
right
or take Kwame Sefa kan nim the posture on the kasa
right
anyone the Ghana fo nyina kasa the posture on the kasa then one will ask say as Sefa kan nim said Sefa kan more better than
right
Ghana fo and I showed the Ghanaian people
and I have said Kwame I'm always moved by one of the quotations of Marcus Cicero
right
or say always advance your own level of argument but when you meet a more superior one drop yours or say nipa bia na ma hu say won na anim nyansa but say okoto nyansa fo we nyansa chen wo dia gitum say nyansa wo fam enti say ubu man a collectivism of amanfo agre na de bu man don't forget say obakro yi mu a ye wo nipa over 31 million population but appointees of the state in do 7,000 so what it means is say there are more people senko nya akwanya som Ghana nko bi kura anya katua there are more people nya akwanya be som Ghana and they will do far better than the S layer no but my little grief and grave concern is under this government most of the appointees feel say they are doing us a favor but say oko advanced countries sa nipa nya akwanya so obesomo a eyese oba be boa mana maman na tumpon. And Kwame, with all due respect, his speech no can you know. One say we are under the fourth industrial revolution, and the industrial revolution, no, the digital economy is the leading economy. Enti obi bi otikuku odo banchi or gold no. The ultimate making use of technology is more superior than the old gold. And until and the richest people in the world are not those with gold. They are those who make use of technology. Until oko US, oko the Silicon Valley, oko South Africa, oko Singapore, oko Asia. Omo the instant millionaires now those who make use of technology. And you see the digital economy no, is supposed to enhance connectivity, accessibility, and ensure security. For me, Kwame, registering your SIM is the best way to go. But let's look at best practices. What are the best practices? Say unye might be to say US ni UK more. You qualify to get NI, called the national identity. And you will see any be down so say we recronum. But let me say so be a warrior UK near Tokada that the person go through the same security check. The answer is no. I don't know UK bet my track even without you giving them your Ghana card. It is simply because the very moment I'll bet talk card, no, they ask for some basic information. That basic information, no, and make kittens every information they need available. Point number 2. The minister went on to say, going forward, on be develop app. Now app no be developing, no, it will cost Ghana each patron 5 cedis to patronize that service. The argument is simple. Okay, Ghana constitution or say. Anytime they are being imposed to levy, fine, whatever on people, no, it must receive parliamentary approval. And the fundamental question may be say, on what day this month and a parliamentary approval say, so person will download the app to install or to re-register your SIMA, and that cost of 5 cedis.
Or say individuals and a app, no. Exactly. And individuals and so uses a platform.
Now,
charge you. So it's not a ministry.
Mami read page 2 of the statement, and say. Expanding access to broadband, voice and data connectivity is indispensable to and facilitate economic growth. GSMA, an industry organization representing mobile operators globally, conducted a study for Imperial from 2000 to 2017. And the result indicated that a 10% increase in mobile penetration increases GDP growth up to 2%. What it means, they say, according to GSM, a industry-wide organization, they conduct survey on technology. Almost survey says mobile data connectivity, nipa 10% maybe more. GDP grow by 2%. According to a buying government a media review budget, no, a buying project is the economy will grow by 5.8%. According to the media review, Oma dance has 3.7%. What it means is that the economy is declining. And if a 10% penetration of the mobile digital economy, no, we increase it 10%, a additional 2% GDP growth there, then it means that when you want to strangulate the economy, it will also decrease by 2%. And to be Diana, or green economic growth, economic development, put in place mechanism to strangulate the economy. Simply put,
the digital space.
The digital space. Because what just on one statement who pay 2. Paragraph 2 say mobile penetration costs by 10%. The economy will grow by 2%. And now you can say no, the economy of Ghana for 2022 is projected to grow no more than 3%, according to media review budget statement. So it means so put in place stumbling blocks for the penetration not to go on. It simply means that there will be a further decline in your economic growth. It is simply because Sunyana West and Bono regional. First, now being a mobile phone a cry. Haram. Even to get a SIM card, joke. But virtually, no, every home, every family, every household, no, have access to SIM card. So no more buying personal team. That is what I see. Abansing when you see something, say something, and yes, sir.
Right.
And he said, me wo Sunyana West in Suya or Domase. Na mahu se terrorists be abaha. Na say what disconnected me SIM card by September, October. How do I communicate to the government? So this anamona abani to know it is ill-conceived, it is defeatist, and my candid view is say it is a mean for some people to enrage their bank account because and now you can say no. Sir app na they register SIM. No, it is owned by a Kenyan and the contract was given to a Kenyan. Until now, me no work say no.
Scano will not come to us.
It will come to Ghana.
Kenyan
Kenyan-based company.
Okay.
It's a SIM card registration contract. In Ghana ni. In fact, the owner no develop app on a Kenya ni na uko Kenya. Adwuma na oye no. Ne kase nso nchen AMA. But yetimi tebri man nyina sim registration contract dia ma obi an capacity no enso mu greater Accra. The complication of that beba mu no say Mampani abedi achire ministers need the whatever it is no yen data ekura no is being controlled by a foreigner. And they are not concerned because who knows, maybe they are getting their kickback after. But my major concern is say aban hunu so no an statement mu kire say any attempt I will be making so best accusing people out of the digital space, no, it will lead to a further decline in the economic growth or the GDP of the economy.
It will lead to a further decline in the economic growth and the GDP of the economy. Abranaa so enkomo. Beauty and amote nenkano. Yamra Ivan. You should say follow a conversation. I have managed to follow a conversation and that of the only Kwame Sefakan. Now the question I hear Busan said, "Sebisebio enkantete time no na Julius Caesar mo ho na ne ade ahunhuna ene ade esue people in line." Now when you look at all over the world, the best practices are ebu okura sebisebio baller keke a ye pese enkrofo ediba na baller ne yetimi ekebe eye garbage, okay? Enkantete ne ade nsamansaman ana eye ene my would be to UK US ni ade wo the baller bakura yetua woka as an incentive said about the ball and bed more. Now instead of a buying so be around crofona one way and make same card in this not this, one would have expected says how 5 CD now one more charge no and come 5 CD ni mo be incentive say oko app on so o register you be 5 CD worth of credit and no be man crofo register self-serving more. Ama in any case sebisebio ubetimi ama telcos no kura at the advert ato app no so 30 seconds to make a lot of money. Now say run ni ye charge sika, why that impediment in the way?
They can mention na mencha wati for nya me say nen so ya betena say modern leadership no ho is driven by intellect and the wit, and very often a result in argument. Which wadwen mini ya chere na jema chere madwen, so in between adwene na ya chere no we find a common position and then a boy may take a decision going forward. That decision, you know, address the topmost priorities of majority of the people. So it's a decision making process in a kind amount for input ever, but ye kodruba bia na intellect no wisdom no ni ho biem na se e kodruba bia na be ya patapa anyway ya. That is where you see some of these things. Because there is no space for intellectual argument. There is no space so you the patapade kitty and I the because see a develop policy. This whole Ghana card as for a certain policy design. And in designing a policy, you identify challenges. You identify challenges and then you weave that challenge into a framework that becomes a theory, and the theory becomes the building blocks, the fundamentals upon which you erect a policy. So the policy is coming to address challenges in the beginning, then find it out, So that is the chain. So the policy is addressing a particular. So at any point in time, any defect be identified in between during our build the process, it will definitely affect the eventual outcome. But one thing that is key, not mechanic and Ryan said, who develop a policy, communicating the intent of that particular policy is crucial because policy young you are what the BOT board, middle board. So how do I communicate the intent of that particular policy so that you buy into say, oh, we are made by a driver along? Failure to communicate the intent of that particular policy to convince amount for to get involved, result in policy failure. And at that point, you don't blame anybody, you blame yourself. That is why I'm telling you that this whole hub, there is no space for intellectualism. First, take you back to another policy that was implemented. That was the free SHS policy. Very nice design. Your constitutional framework started. Why? Say a time will come. You have to. There is a process we need to go through because of the economic constraint. So let's go through the line. When this whole implementation thing started, to just engage stakeholders, critical stakeholders at the sector. For our dream, but I mean for my dream, let us design a framework that is a challenge. Yen weave those challenges into a framework theory. Yen use it as a building block to build your first policy about revenue. Those individuals were taken off the scope. Certain twisted minds just go and cause some who go them because you can see the free researchers, baba. So we are just rolling it as a political reparation package, and you're talking about BAM. Free researchers, you're telling you can see discuss it, what challenges are. You bet me discuss it from morning to evening because politics they never sat down with anybody. Say, yeah, tenasa, you know, for what dream, bra. Teacher, ni what we education is, who match for we input to bra. Say, any free, Adriana challenges, and I say for numbers in the back. So at the policy table, that is where when the discussion goes on, the honor be who's idea way. But I don't say young men who na patapane, your friends say you promise and the idea bantino. We all saw the challenges. It's the same thing with this Ghana card thing. This SIM registration. How well did they communicated the friends and the intent of this particular policy? Because aside everything, I'm for me register, and people have reservations as to more data security. Why not made me data command? Now, how secure are that data? Because where now you know people they are in a space they can even clone your data. Then as for and people will be impersonating you. Then as for US and other places. That's why you understand some of these things. Data no wait me for data, and then you are living here. Somebody is using your whole identity, living somewhere.
More or less like a double U.
Exactly. So that is the word. So people have sentiment. People have genuine concern as to how that particular data will be protected, especially dashing out my data to a multinational company that has a stake going forward. No, the money data there is no assurance. So how do you communicate?
In fact, this data nankasa NIA data. About the fingerprints in here. Yeah. About the facial recognition, exactly. Whatever they call it, NIA data ni good database. Yes. So what I believe the NCA could do was simply interface also debate. They give you the interface, you input your national card number. Now one call G5, baby NIA keep it data no. Then they use it to print that file and put it on your file on maybe MTN and Vodafone.
That is even a long process. You see, MTN data no more one I say register. They have a way of synchronizing with the NIA data. Just all every data will be updated. Simple as that. You don't need to let people go through this. And at this point, I want fairly to communicate the intent of that particular policy nearby Bedruada in the first place. And in the man of and I'm a catcher say, I'm a monubuana, so we Sabi, Udi, or thrive on emotions and you emit impunity. And that's the point we've got into. NIA the data about telling Ghana for say, card they have their own challenger. Yentimi issue card to majority of Ghanaians. So that is no fault of me. And as a BOT, so Ghana card because there are people who queue up every day. Seeking some Ghana card. But they haven't gotten it. So we a minister. How reasonable it is to threaten such people say when you may cut with data and I said may shatter with SIM card. Does it make
now
sense?
Even the next thing is original Sefa can show so can say from August aside the fact that 30th September be cutting from August and the Neko wow won't register with data you better than 10 and I'm like it looks like emotions.
So that is what is you do. You threaten people all along. Me say when you are running a country,
because what law gives you the right say so be registered in SEMA on yente data different from mobile already. What is this? I'm trying to understand it.
You see, running a country isn't like running a school. You can just go and go instruction or Chinama school until about 7 o'clock or be anyhow. Nabo, when we are running a country, you are running the whole city. Just look at the Nipa you don't threaten citizens because policy must be coherent in such a way that anybody can just link easily with the policy and even propel it move on.
Like so, the way a champo person is free, a left driving to right driving. He didn't need to threaten anybody. He created songs, he created awareness, or my musicians came on board. When you say policy, I can say, and musicians and stars and there I shall see a neoma around it, so it will encourage people to even. But it looks like Satakashia Memo. Move on.
So sensitization is key.
Yeah.
So we fail at the level of sensitizing people to believe in initiative now, because they have genuine reservation. Aside say Nipanya NI card, you know, some also are worried about the data security and as a forum. So as a reasonable minister of state, you know, these are steps I will take it to resolve the many challenges now for war. But whenever you see people are resorting to threat and intimidation, it means a nyansa and a use patapare as a for to bully people. And I make us say ye bo manya. And yet they can you go about threatening people. Someone yes may say, and from day one, that has been their modus operandi. Meaning one monitor. They say it's not only a Seleusu that is threatening people. Bank of Ghana on the other side is also threatening Ghanaians. Says through 31st August, we and July where I mean, Nasa Wunya update your bank details with Ghana card. Almost you can't do financial transactions, and this has motivated a lot of people almost so musical-free bank because they are worried about the situation as we speak, as to whether the state has even made provision for Ghanaians living in the diaspora. So me access Ghana card na for it's another thing, because there are a number of Ghanaians out there access to Ghana card, and government is not making any effort there. You go US to register at the embassy, you know. You're making avenues possible. Say, if you want to register, just go to the embassy and do the registration. All these things, you know, nobody is considering. And you have an arrogant communication minister who take the stage, and all she can do is to issue threats and threaten Ghanaians because something hasn't been done, when that particular thing is supposed to be her responsibility. I think that is the point we've got into. And it's good to say, no, there is the need for them to postpone. Now, you see, this postponement here, she's only embarrassing herself because, you see, the first one by no postponing here, second one when we are postponing, third one she's going to postpone again because I'm sitting here and I am telling you that if it's a 10,000 Ghanaians register, she cannot shut anybody's down. And the Abasa woman minister, you're only setting yourself up for ridicule. You're only advertising how ignorant you are. You take the stage and you set your first saying deadline. So I don't know, what are you doing? You are advertising nothing but you are just giving your friend saying deadline and you know very well that thing is not going to work. The most crucial thing I'm gonna hear, the BOT can the need for digital infrastructure and as a form. And here, Obian is so to transform economy and then this digitization as for here. Because I want to say investment been a year in digital infrastructure since they took over. Connecting us to various platforms. I say the platforms are existing platforms because the mobile money interoperability platform, you know, a platform that is in existence, we are only connecting, you understand? And this online, you know, we are just connecting, but more infrastructure in terms of digital infrastructure, you are going forward, no? You better leverage that to ensure that the economy will grow. These are things you expect them to think, but because of arrogance, you know, they are full of themselves, you know. As Seleusu is not behaving like a human being. It's like your friends are spoiled. Your friend saying secondary school girls prefer to be oti baby okojina platform and say hunu bia ba ni team just spend and then you should get away because it's a free day for them. You see, they should come down from their high horses. No mumu say they are living here with human beings. Those human beings, some are very reasonable, some are just watching them from afar. You can't just come and just be saying anything and get away with it.
You can't just
arrogance, you know. And I don't want to baby. They will keep on embarrassing themselves because Niamanas or provide, no, or Monas or provide, and you're going to need or provide. Sa ultimatum should be handed over to NIA. Or Mama NIA ultimatum say by 30th September, make sure that Ghana Nibiansa can Ghana card.
That makes sense.
That's when Ghana Nibian a card. Now people are not registered. Then you have every right to threaten them. But as a minister, how dare you threaten people?
Okay, so beauty. Another thing when Yanisifakai or Nisifakai Dinkomono is more or less like on it, NIA is not even communicating.
Yeah. Okay.
Because Sifakai was asking a question about Bibia. I don't know. Yeah. Ask Professor Atifa. And I'm like, okay, these are two state institutions that is working in the interest of the common people. How come say Yebusa say, look, what him say NIA Mao card. Now, free north, all the way to Ashanti region, Eastern region. Na enfonsobia or you cannot correct it anywhere unless over L1. So all the people living in Upper East, Upper West, Northern Region, Northeast, Northwest, whatever, some microphone ben or move free or make correct or mistakes in way. And so no matter come back no, it looks like they are not communicating.
Let me make this point. Okay, page 11 of the statement now. Or say, and I quote here, I must end by reminding us all that the Ministry of Communication and Digitalization is not the supervisory ministry for the National Education Authority. Even though we collaborate with them, my hapless self has been roundly vilified in certain quarters, particularly this past week for Ghana card challenges, which I am not responsible for. Professor Kakistocracy and his sector minister, Honorable Mbuderi, Minister for Interior, are available to answer any Ghana card related issue. Please, I'm staying firmly in my lane. This is the statement of a sector minister. I didn't see what say on promote digitalization. She went on to tell you, sir, the source document, which is Ghana card, now the be registered with someone. She's not responsible. Now, Ghana for penny and tea and Bisa, sector minister and Professor Kakistocracy. Kwame, Mami Misa Ghana for question. Abranaa fighting illegal man galamsey in Ghana. The presidency put together Inter-ministerial mine committee on illegal mining. At that time, no, Adena Mampenina can say, okay, yaba illegal miner, a only ministry for land and natural resources into Unkwa fighting. At that time, no, they saw the sense in having Inter-ministerial committee on illegal mining. My simple question is, Saban is so committed like they want us to know and believe. Why can't they have Inter-ministerial committee on Ghana card and SIM card registration? So that you can choose number one, local government ministry, because Ghana yen decentralize it. Adentina ye beto aba. Every nook and cranny of Ghana, yetimi the voting register center call. Adentina say do say about the SIM card, Ghana card and SIM card registration there. Yen to me can say, okay, we have close to almost 261 assemblies in Ghana. Assembly be our Ghana be a registration point. And in the Inter-ministerial committee for Ghana card and SIM card registration, no, yen put together 4 ministries. 1, local government ministry. So under local government ministry, no, all assemblies in Ghana will be brought on board. Number 2, let's bring interior ministry. And the interior ministry, no, when a Ghana card, here, communication ministry and information ministry. Information ministry because information service department, ISD, follow under that ministry. And here, hono, yeah, the van enama bonting. And to see a Jama North.
We could even chip in NCC.
NCC because that falls under the Ministry of Information too.
Right.
And you bring these 4 ministries on the table and tell them some memo deadline. And to say, Bono ne kwa, there were 12 assemblies in municipality or district assemblies in Bono region. Each region biano, the MCE become the focal person. Because the MCE no in assembly members, area council, town council, urban council, no, they collaborate. Now this common sense eluded them.
The only reason here on your side no is because esu onye skedi. And what the assemblies ni adeba on board. Sikano
now what we say say o comfort na come san na to azan. Oko comfort bia na
25 minutes
na to azan. Na mami read the page 9 of one statement no. And it's very interesting to hear or say delays in the issuance of Ghana card. Delays in the issuance of Ghana card. The NIA has not been able to issue all eligible person with the Ghana card. According to the sector minister, re-register a SIM. On one concede say the NIA didn't issue card to all eligible Ghanaians. As of Thursday, July 21st, 2022, 16.9 million individuals have registered for Ghana card, with about 16.5 million cards printed. 15.7 million cards have been distributed. And a whopping 832,000 have not been distributed. And the simple question, Kwame, why do you visit the sins of a father on innocent son? Why do you visit the sins?
A state institution.
Yes.
I don't want to be for a card name.
And you are punishing that Ghanaian because of the sins of NIA. And what kind of statement we now we interrogate here? I'll repeat on your show. We say, I will say introduce common sense as a free course for them. I'll say introduce common sense. Now you can say every sector minister biano. Yen said that you will be non check common sense because common sense better will say. And I was to distribute wayo let us even argue say from
a very reliable source. Only Professor Tefa Nkasa.
Okay.
One Professor Tefa Nkasa. Because Professor Tefa Kachere say from a very reliable source.
Right.
Say she doesn't need to go through all this process again. Because we more NI card, no more JJ a young for numbers, which is part of the data available. Right. So they could only sync it to the various telcos. Or say there be,
you see,
when because that's what you can say procurement.
Okay,
procurement is like a crabacor.
All right. Say always the best show we saw. I've been given a certain acronym of the MPP, which is Tekanafa. On say omo rani about to say Uber. On say Uber no, the more mileage
Uber na okay.
Uber.
Okay.
After the say we call USA. Uber. On say odi Uber ye adwuma. The more mileage I'll be kono, the more mfaso na unya. Until most of the appointees of this government, no, the omo who Ghana say trotro. And trotro be answer so no. So on a trust sales mawa. The more now be kwabo so ye adwuma more no e na onya ntobo. Until the more no be create problem for Ghana for no, the more no moti ntobo. Kwa me say kan book with the conspiracy of the richer. It will enlighten you for you to appreciate why government officials create problem mess by themselves and they profit from the mess. Sankanya kan yenka ye o mampanya be de e promote digitalization. In simplicity terms no, say me metimi fie e wo sunyane westa e wo say metimi fa me phone na me nya an app so friendly. Say me fa me Ghana card na me key in some few data and some facial interaction I should be able to decode and re-register my SIM. Adentina ban pesa ye mbom peso. My dream me say my own thinking no. Ghana ban pesa Ghana for free how I namu. One said na ye ka say no the IMF bailout issue na koda. Enti as to sika IMF dey ba terms and conditions namu no Ghana for refi. The Ghana ni bi agree hu then say kwan be na me first register me SIM. Enti from a political strategy point of view no this SIM card thing is an attention diversion purpose. Yen fan divert Ghana for attention from the fact say man no ya say no. And it's a case of a one person registered there. So, Bono, Okwa, Bono, Easter. Time Ghana for the bedroom said, nah, yeah, because we don't know the terms and conditions IMF de Ghana. Ye name or how they back. And somehow, because of this SIM card controversy, Ghana for refi. Now, there's something interesting on page. Now, say, non-resident Ghanaians, the most insulting part of his statement. Non-resident Ghanaians who do not have the Ghana card can use their passport to complete the process, but they will require to update the details to the Ghana card once they acquire it. Simple question. Obi or ya Ghana ni aonte Ghana, out here Buchi, or UK or Germany or Europe, Asia no. Wama ho kwan se obetimi the passport I register pending time abenya Ghana card. So my simple question to the minister and say, Adentina Ghana ni ono so te Ghana no. Ontimi find a passport no is pending the time obenya Ghana card. When a lecturer will say we need common sense as a course of study for some of the sector ministers. To pay, sir, we need the common sense. Also, we need to pay, sir, or the two CCH, or the two Quachi, or Chiribramo, Yankini Bibre, ointment, total Safaso, a year out. Now, one room to pain capsules, so nibi. Rabua ama, eja, what Chiribramo or Siatica, Utia, Pai, or Ninano, a co. To pain capsules, to pain ointment, rheumatism. Yes, as a brobekum was said a ya or two actually honor a yanin to pain capsules and ointment. Anna a bebuau. Am I ya diaba? I solak meshano. Esiesio, Emma solak, esiesio, Akasawi, solak, esiesio, solak, esiesio, Wabama. Giba Bankrodo so etwam wo kuraseni no do kope so la kirimi na bubo bi na ntitim firi ho ko ayi wo bomfa na ne yese jonso ya anya jonso moja anya koti ya anya ha kope so la mesha na nom na bobo na emasa ne ma ne nyina emfiri ho se bisabio wo be ma no aye kuru se ho aye kuru aye se pacha be ma de wantena be ma ne ha na ha mu ni na ha mu aye se ade di asemo a kope so la ki biwate ye jai se wo complain o jai mabre na kope zip man capsules oda se ni wo ba de ho awe ya wo be no
I if say number enso timi wura na efro mi wura na betimi wura na panyan what da say the Ivan Penwo no Zipman capsules Zipman capsules when you Zipman capsules ni be na Prosthetic no Johnson wa emma no say wo ku ani mu prostate na yemre Junso twane yemre dia be nwa na katita enna mu gon na ti show rubber emian show rubber eno no kopɛ Prosthetic capsules na ema nyon so boko Fred Dr. Solomon was 0245 61 6028 0245 61 6028 na also ekopebi eto senior African cinema no tie ene ye dia bro from 28th of July tie Afro Cine Network goes live on channel 115 on your HD plus decoder and tie yeah, my coin said we are polishing and arranging exciting African movies and music content for your family. It's in a when they were bushia, dear son, from 28 July, a free nene konwano, Afro Cine, ye come movie, Papa, and young Papa, Bibia Papa, and ye come more. Now, when powered by XYZ Broadcasting. XYZ Broadcasting and no exclusively on HD plus decoder copy HD plus and be Afro Cine Rafa said yeah chere me say every Tuesday call Rafa say me kan chere mo yamra back na yene mpanimfo wo studio no any day nkomo you be movie away from Eslowsu and then but before that my name say I have Bibi Kaketo bia.
Yeah. I think that you see whole leadership wa ade ba kwa here pa emotional intelligence and very often come to bear when leaders are confronted with a challenge. How they are able to gather courage to deal with those challenges, and they defining who a leader is. We are dealing with a communication minister who at her level is supposed to deal with the NIA directly, institution to institution. And whatever being the challenge or problem now, at that institutional level, you deal with it straight up. So, that particular problem now, Emma, the entire Ghana for intimate register almost same cars, at the end of the day, you address them. But this woman takes a stage. She comes and advertises the fact that on one case she's not in good terms with your friends the NIA boss. Because statement that is clearly what it page say. She's staying in her line when there is supposed to be a collaboration and a coordination among state institutions. You work to achieve efficiency. That is what leadership is about. So government and institutions are segmented. They cannot collaborate. So NIA and the communication ministry, they are not see eye to eye. Obia yanedie. Enti I know the obia that's already then yembe can say munubia ba the team then Ghanaians and directly they come to us because asemna okan if you are taking it and you are analyzing it clearly to give an indication say she is not in good terms with them, and I think they might have even communicated to her say Nemana oye they don't support it because card na the original way now by registration are not available. So how dare you go about issuing threats and ultimatum to people when you know very well that particular thing cannot be realized? So taking that thing by extension, don't be surprised the kind of mess we find ourselves in as a country. It at every level, this is the kind of leadership people are offering. Is the reason why consistently about this particular economy it keeps sinking on every day because individuals placed at the very strategic key positions now to engineer the affairs of this particular country to move certain way na year panel. These are arrogant individuals. They are just hanging on to position. They are not they are just hanging on to position, advertising ignorance and arrogance in a complex mixture. And say grounds. So we are Ghana near. You need to understand the kind of situation we are confronted with. We are dealing with people who have no clue as to how the challenges are yet to solve. It is about sheer power play. Me say the whole corridors of power is like a snake pit. Everybody is fighting for a territory. It's a sheer
snake pit.
Yes, everybody is fighting for a territory. So it's sheer power play. Now, where the way people are advertising arrogance on TV. And the now I mean just look at the posture, the way Okasa, the tone in a sephonum, which just for our game called any civilized world. At this time, why not bit me ko jina kwaya sa ni?
Time worker say you will pay 5 cedi no.
Yeah.
Look at the way she sounded.
Yes.
You will pay for. I was like, yes. Are you? Oh no, maybe na kasa na dia ya.
Full of herself because we nipa we normal.
And you when you watch, I'm sure so you watch the beginning. Yes. Compare the posture and the dima in front of Sefa. Now Busefa kai more change the whole Ghana for all.
Because no normal minister will take a stage and threaten the citizens. Someone you may say. Now I say no. We are dealing with the policy of.
I reluctantly.
Yes.
Oh yeah, why not reluctant? Oh yeah, why?
No, she's on a high. She is on a high.
As is oh yes, some Cleopatra bina. Egypt time no one only Egypt. So I reluctant. Come on, I think so.
Come out show the Communist Manifesto.
Remember me tell Communist Manifesto. Now Ivan Fair, let's see what I mean.
So I think that is the point. And the problem now yet and yes, it's not a miracle. A byproduct of these characters and I do more CCC. They feel say they are pinned to the president. Or more certain unholy. Yes, some alliance even with the president, you know. If I toy and mess up, I'll get away. I know they will be uncomfortable. And as Ususha say, behaving in this childish manner now, Kasa anyhow, no. And yeah, no. But she has been very emboldened and determined in her way. So she thinks that being in office, and by catch said they are behaving like working in a private enterprise. After all, I am more Adam for now being the government and also more begum. So we bet me at who be get away.
May I slow some
years with vulgar impunity.
Or no Jollof Mamidi 2007.
Let me tell you.
Omunipa. We say sometimes, you know, emotions and as we feel nyansa. Just go and think about the bigger picture. The people you are dealing with. Freedom then you know how to talk to people. You don't talk, because when you are addressing Ghanaians now, or mine are addressing Otum 14 bio, Ku14 b. And then come
to think of it.
So your tone and everything, no, and your vulgar disrespect directly not to me. You are
come to think of it. Ivan Nadra, come to think of it. Prominent people in this country. And that is the you know anymore. Say one register some no by 30th a year.
Yes.
I will cut it.
Yes.
Really? And are you kidding?
That threat to go to a 242, it goes to Kufuor, it goes to whoever. Because a bit of will be registered. So how dare that lady sit there and threaten people live on TV and we sit here and we watch her? What kind of impunity is this?
Beautiful. 1 minute and I call another topic. So any
political governance and political humility is not biological and sexually transmitted.
I know.
Let me repeat on your show. Political governance and political humility is not sexually and biologically transmitted.
And
so the fact is that our papa ni Akufo-Addo sebi ompna bi ni Mahama ukunu ene Mahama ye oba OS bi ni Akufo-Addo no, it doesn't guarantee political humility and excellence in governance. You have to learn and make the conscious effort to imbibe yourself in that. But me really pay 10 of the statement I'm in friends. You say, it has come to my knowledge that amputees and others who have some physical challenge are also a category of person that are having problem registering their sins. Come to think of it, every society, you build a buffer for the less privileged. Why you say you are before say be Mr. And Ghana, no, according to Ghana Population and Housing Census Report 2020, 12.8% of Ghana for them. Ghana population, no, we nipa 100 years now, emu 12 edit them.
So more than 3 million people.
More than 3 million people edit them. Ghana acquire 5 million. And now you can say, because we call data more. Ufa Ghana population now. Ufa nipa 10 beer nipa 100 now. Emu 12.8% or more edit them in one way or the other. And the them be no kwame. And ya togu sunu nkwa. Ebi mo nam enso mo dwi dem. Enti
nice esela agreement.
Menkasa but me any anchor for report to prove. But disability na man for say ya togu sunu nkwa na edi dem. No. Ebi mo ho ansa kro mo no mo di dem. obi tim no nsa na atwa ewo nanim wotumi hu Ghana for more that category no and is a wadwen ye wo se ommu obi a wo de ye di dem no according to statement no any aban survey no 12.8% of Ghana for your mo di dem either so omo nsa atwa omo togu so omo na omo ani efro omo aso asi and these are categories of people they build buffer to protect them and until your ministry for children women and social protection adwasa for ministry na ye no ye was special ministry see how my nua no masabi ya did them social protection and it's a ban kra adwen mu no what menya ministry for social protection how much more certain minister ba akopa wo de o be yeteka na woko in conclusion so we obi a wo Ghana wo hwe me na wadi dem a wo de wabu kakra no there was the respect.
No, but so what thinking went into
that?
Sir, idea now. One meaning when we say Adam dear for so as of say for more hours. What kind of leadership is this?
Say, I would outside the walk. Now, dear, she rams a car crack corner, so she coins na you build stadium near there. She pass you a modern Mayana, you did them. Special respect. There is something I will say on this show. Yeah, you did them. You are getting content will be disability empower level of intelligence.
Survival instincts.
Because kwame mete ha na mini Ivan na why te he. Se bibi di grim waga na wo betumi atumriko ba me ntumrika no. Me awie me. And so who obi a wadi dem a betumi abasa ne nan na enye, ne nsa na enye. Ba adwen no de. Madam fu so na ka asa adwen ye adwuma body name.
When the ba fa o te form akonda.
Oh, se me ye bi antimi.
Oh yeah na cross
exactly. But you want yes, we are buying out the policy bar and can let there be a social protection net for the 12.8% of the population already there. But this government common sense kwame in all can be
nothing went into
wouldn't be a day now abasa obek blog among for way no and no I come into her attention say this whole document is a package that she only came to embarrass herself before everybody. How hollow she is. That is all that she came to do. She only took the stage, advertised how hollow she is. Because in some this is a nipa what threatens say or abeshate, but all and she tells us, oh, sir, disability.
So when him clearly say, only to me or between the ashati will be asked down. It will no share that my excuses we say, oh, here we are. Due to this genuine concerns in
the economic challenges the ordinary Ghanaian is facing, the anger in Ghanaians, the challenges a man for go through in their daily lives, unemployment are a problem, youth, your friends are joblessness, a man for a person company for that generally solve those problems, you know. These are and some amount for a party. You don't go about issuing threats as a minister of state. Oh, come on.
Kwame na unim me how kese pa eyeme.
Ko
imede manu see on this breath no. On say oko technology. It should be the easiest way to make people employable, not unemployed. And kasa registration way cost no. It's an avenue for government to create job. Yanko Sunyana West. Na yanka say okay, you recruit even on more money them. Don't forget sir bind the toll to buy, you know. In his wisdom, or recruit or more than to manage about 70 to 70%. And think SIM card registration will buy, you know. It is an avenue to create a new range of job for more money them. And think every assembly, I say, okay, more money them and more the required qualification. No, you the center more manage. And think for the next 1 year ahead, the audio registration, those people are going to get job. And you see, I can say Mr. SIM card started October 2021. Why can't we give ourselves 24 months? So it becomes a continuous basis. Kwame, my dream. Government needs this data for something else other than SIM card registration. That is what I think.
You ready? You did senior ba adjust for so after semene Dr. Solomon Edim Komono. Article 296 of the 1992 Constitution. I read, where in this Constitution or in any other law discretionary power is vested in a person or authority, A, that discretionary power shall be deemed to imply a duty to be fair and candid. So in this case, say about to me is a minister, not your sister be register sim. Na nipa no so use Ghana card, but NIA man a Ghana card. To be fair and candid, why do you go and cut that person's SIM card.
Can I ask a question?
Right.
Kwame, obi anantwie mu anso na kokon so no be me no.
Debbie.
Ah, 30 man search aboni pato ni pakura ewu. What's the discretionary powers? And to be anantwie mu a ye no ayeku na anso no no. Ye mfa kokon so no na ada.
B also the exercise of the discretionary power shall not be arbitrary. When I'm go school, arbitrary analysis
using it anyhow.
So we yeah. To me, they say Ghana Constitution. I'm a say you don't talk anyhow. Say and I make cartel no one you are capricious or biased, whether by resentment, prejudice, or personal dislike, and shall be in accordance with due process of law. And C, where the person or authority is not a judge or other judicial officer, there shall be published by constitutional instrument or statutory instrument regulations that are not inconsistent with the provisions of the Constitution or that other law to govern the exercise of the discretionary power. Now, also for a year up, Omokoswa, Obe charge you. Would the whole pen attendance in Wacha, Wakase, made the app waba. Na it was China ministry be also and also create app say open so we are yes share the app aba we tua we na sika no ekọ he one e manage say sika no so omunyansa mu no nyakro no person mo bo Ivan when him say they could encourage more people to use the app and then we share apps bit say Duolingo we share apps bit say a little ones on our phone o koswa omni can about 30 seconds advert be and send amount access. It's your chrono number some mobile one for now. All you could do is that Okatakyei go say Zekra sa baby a mokokosa line in na yekem. Obi anko app no so register, which brings a lot of people to the app. You tell the telco say mumfa 30 seconds advert and meto app no so na muntua kakra.
But they always cash on people's adversity.
Yes.
COVID-19 by Obia Hochina other jurisdiction, yeah, for incentive. No more the Ghanaians were paying taxes. The same situation. Ghanaians are confronted with a challenge or more creative, in resolving it, you pay 5 cedis. Just imagine, say, even half of Ghanaians could share 5 cedis for this particular thing. Do you know?
No, it's left with about 10 million more people to do the registration.
And that's huge.
So if half of 10 million, 5 million is paying even 5 cedis.
Yeah.
That is more than 2.5 million.
And you say so no boni team because they don't see this whole thing as government. It's like a private shop and more running. So Obia that's around pa hit be able team bia. Never team ya no aye. Na yantia parliament assembly say yan digito. E kroma. Am kwata so call parliament press conference we twem. Me bo to ne emra emo ho ban. Taxes are backed by law. Our parliament are passing minister or authorities or ordinary no be say twem. When that particular thing, no, they could even double it. Because so car motor when you sit 1 cedi, you are 2 cedi, 1 tia for a car naswa na for coffee. You have to pay. That could have given them revenue.
Many Dr. Solomon quotation komaba meba. I just have sacked. Meba is Dr. Solomon kwaba.
Prostate ni ye kananka senka wo dra. Sebe I said ring donut to go the location anka says you so try na say it's just beneath our bladder. Now what mean say ya fancy bladder ni and a urethra ni na prostate gland ni. She says enlarge outside na stretch na inside the stretch. Na e kemia urethra na say drop Bella Johnson name on. And you basa say pabon safi the ease which is how Johnson na say be ma sen ka Johnson de there. Me wa Johnson den Kakistocracy e say fruit trim. Na ba wa beti ha. Na jebums confirm her. Na ba wa yase. Na opia yi. Last one pay na what san say. Baba san say you try to say be air community no. Ubon so Johnson say what chimye and san a pipe na be ama Johnson aba. E bi obon say o Johnson so e ba aso the control so. Tama Johnson na pe na hyase. Tama Johnson na pe na akate e bo won kai say opposite enlargement aba ho. Ebi o Johnson like pressure on say Kakistocracy so na ye Johnson ho ebi jade no koso say ni ahwe
to say
you could betimi afa ne mane ko we back Kakistocracy far home to form e be so just sanan kese ye badana say wo de Johnson boss e dribble asasa moja o dandan ho and na egu box ma e bo on kai so prostate no kwese makaba ho ebi onye diabetic and I say una si yade e so Johnson more than 3 times ansa na de achi e bo on kai se ba o prostate no emu bia na say kese ade tina make sa Any part based on times you no nsuo no nka Okatakyei ye na so no nsuo no 2 hours interval as ntama ye dwonso fansa me da 10 p.m. plus 2 hours na say 12 midnight ma dwonso baako plus 2 hours 2 a.m. ma dwonso baako plus 2 hours 4 ma dwonso baako say 3 se men sori no enum nsuo na dwanka 3 hours interval 10 p.m. plus 3 1 plus 3 4 na nka 2 ma dwonso na si. And so Bema will just more than adiaction. Bone kayese and kind of Okatakyei apartment na washroom sa bedroom. Once there be a 2 minutes be 15 minutes be or so conduce. Basa ne na be on 20 as all night be about 3 weeks. Another demonstration best 20 years. I feel now. Any class way na eba. Bone kayese o prostate na enlargement be about. Okatakyei say one pair of solution ma and say one pair solution. How bako pa di can pan say if the cateter at obememo yes be a scientists for than say so the community ye need solution na say uni power na say nipa e go through no apart from that who did this year pa what did you know because say enwumre na say anopai on say fufu ne die met na how much says met na we are 12 the answer is san kwan no met na enwumre be a best 5 na the ten say carbohydrate na say be na say aduane wo didi ye no liquid waste na say the anya liquid waste no e be fa odwunsum na ba. And I said, solid waste, me first say, we general naba. Hona assembly one. Liquid waste na ban thousands ACP. And I said, you process and large na a camera urethra. I must say, pipe no a block and I say, a calf it's Johnson and man tentem in your day. And you not just say 2 things. Either see which to be hobby through surgery. After you from here. Near poncha or blood anom. Near the pipe to na pick Johnson and the abba. I guess I'm for urethra him. Ha, send the better see. Johnson wa we mhasi it either say me punch ha na me tu basha na me dia for ayase na be go bibim na Johnson aba direct and na so say menya flexible to be na pipe we ne mu asie no me be shem kakra me pes kakra sa na baby esi na e be for so bi mu aba you na ba Sani ma miano me kenim de bia ne hono ma se papa and say yawa na say complications and say enko for how ma be ma no Okatakyei enti na yes say o process ni sha ase hu senkyere na entwanyansa ma won sanka edru a ayadanse hom since 2004 because currency department Kofiana bank for the currency ye Kofiana for the currency wo research ya ye anya saponins ahodo alkaloids terpenoids the coherence brone say anti-inflammatory e betimi akọ na o prostate na ahye nso no e betwe nso from all the angles ama pipe na akansi abi ama jonsaraba e dey so na make a drive any prostate capsules a PROSTA prosta now the fit and then holding prostate capsules your body man say John Soboko prostate capsules your body man say John Soboko I didn't na me say koto prostate capsules me man making the number 1 a bear animal trials no your farm male albino rats near induce my one prostate ye kese no show symptoms can any say abona Johnson actually say ampa or brands na Johnson aba afi Johnson so sebe edine woman na say man tentem nyina no na peke sa hoɔden na say biotic compounds na ye de prostate capsules no na inoculate na sebe ye de inject no na observe on say within 8 weeks by calculation na ye will say prostate na ye kese no sebe nsuo na twe frame if someone dey say pipe na akansi no emu abi e ma abo na wɔkye ni nyina no sa problem ni nyina I revert na sa problem nyina every hot inference na say e che say da o use prostate no a bo prostate ho ban for treatment na ka say 8 weeks and you be a what show symptoms no and na say one hu nsensam bobo so no 8 weeks no Okatakyei one obon say e sha say apa o prostate na sebe ensu akotem e betwe say nsuo no afri mu o ma some catheter na o mo she prostate asene de obon say the first 1-2 weeks no obon say ensuo no say mo ka say na catheter na rubber na air quality urine no na e ba begum no enya wo Johnson eye prostate mu nsuo no e da air twiba to bon say after a week no obon say afi arrevert na afi one kasa rubber meka be na quality Johnson no obon say Johnson ye clear urine e negum obon say anka 2-3 weeks nka ho no obon say tamo Johnson na catheter na nkasa no eya na say pipe no air twiba on say pipe na siye no emu bia e ma urine e sha ase afi won say emfa catheter ni mu ma ana say emfa tubi ma e fa ho meka after 2-3 weeks no cho say sa root na musie no emu abi to bon say Johnson sebe kete na se ho no ebeji amade aniji na say ahoto de aba tachi ade ba ko eya wo wiase ene se papa daddy wako pension ana say unya 55 years na mommy so enya menopause na emu da ho na Father's Day o pese se bu bi ja kakra manage ba na wontimi mieja esanse keteta edemu e basa go de che wo yire na emfiri fie mra meyi emfiri mu ba no so nye neso no wi o de hyemu na yensempi eni kwase basa etina se prosthetic capsules John Soboko wo so asebe se wo de bo ho ban meka obi a o show symptoms no ba o hwe ni papa busuema ba panya prostate enlargement na wo free mu ni wo fanya bi e bon ka yese so bo ho ban a o isu prosthetic no for 6 weeks. We afi bi no say use prosthetic no for 6 weeks. Bon ba for an entire 12 months nyina e be boa wo ama bibia akonka e dia ma wo. Eti prosthetic capsules your body man say Johnson Boko. Ebio ade for the urinary retention 2 words. Any a second and I say consequence I say prostate large no one treat here. Apart from say educated 2 no a bit more the urinary retention no so ehwe say unso so this tie wa. 2 words urinary Johnson retention from retained. Let's say Johnson tie baby any kwase tie. Dia say na ye kan. Hwe men say bladder ni and I say kidney no e wo ha. Ha kan nephron e wo ha. The tie say o kidney be pamoja no mu fin. Na abo na be go sabe tanki mu. A son said Johnson women and contempt as a prostate enlarge. I can't from a delinty. We are left over urine. The piano, what we are saying. We pass away push 5 letters. The above. Or catch us me push up was Debbie. First one, I push you and put Kakra was saying young to was answer. On a question one. Kidney, so I said, liver and I said, I said, Brebono. Emre, and this is blood with muscles mwasi. It's a bassabon, so when you're left over urine, I tell kidney nasia, make a kidney nasia, train sebeko. Now, on say acid base reaction, Okatakyei so okay, cause science. Yes, so the acid can be so very right now, salt and water. Who's on your A, more paper. They tell you say your uric acid, what do you say name? That's say good so meta one arrest them. Open your be so every fear, say okay nasia, and say I can say base in nature. Now right now salt and water. So salt better than the kidney stones. I did that why him towards ancient, not say dialysis and a benwo. As I say for him, as I say for Brown or Johnson Emma, thousands of 1 pep once a manka, that's how in Ediaba. And Triansa, a brow Johnson watch Bianco pe a solak a prosthetic capsules. Prosthetic capsules. Now, prosthetic capsules was a Johnson Boko. Then you saw how you know, and free and for more. Your telephone number is question here, person maybe ana ye need and come up. And empty no hono, Wabonina wofa, mo, and the Guasiano, Wabonina wofa, mo, and no, Dr. Solomon, number of Freya or Befa, one word in Como. Na Ojonso twa no moye mre ni nyina no kopa no aduro ni ja se wotra ho ama ye de katita to mu no doc bobo me yanko pa ye MTN no e 0245 0245 61 60 28 0245 61 60 28 0245 61 60 28 and now say Airtel non so 0261 0261 73 62 63 0261 73 62 63 a prosthetic capsules your body man say Johnson Boko ma Johnson mra Boko on ko tachi so ba me wan tia say e brada Johnson de kemu no one nan ko fa prosthetic ya pa na se be say Ruben tuma wo na be si ho pe e say enkaba no ho a wo net bed ne so na also kokoda de na ade dem ne entimi ma e abebu ma nke se bibia ko bibi atochima ma won sanka prosthetic capsules na ginso se ya Boko he na honto.
But also, Abranaa, so doc, Medas Bibri, Ivan, and BOT, our studio. Ivan, yeah, I'm starting bro, so I just suffer finally.
Yes, I think it's a relief to a lot of people. Not more concerned about Neman Ekoso, because you see, President said also can exercise that particular discretion to appoint a minister and at the same time or the same power, no, just to revoke that particular appointment. And over a series of events concerning Adwoa Safo, taking out the parliamentary rule, no, I'm just addressing it as a minister of state, you know. I think communication concerning Nema Subambia added there, I don't want to go into her personal life as to what actually she's dealing with, the kind of challenge or a binary, but the fact is you've been assigned to a particular duty to perform. So your unavailability is enough reason for president to revoke that particular appointment. Say, your modern nipa obetimi you wanna fill that particular void, because that ministry is a crucial ministry. somebody must be there to work. And for whatever being reason, whether she's incapacitated, whether she's not willing, whether something has happened or whatever, personal differences or whatever, no, that at this particular point in time, no, when we are talking about the ministry, that is not our business. All that we want to ensure is the machinery of government and agile without any constraint, and any available human resource be at a particular point in time, we need to just chance on it to ensure that particular way, no, so on that particular basis, I think that what the president did was right. Now, I think they will waste a lot of time, because you can't just leave a ministry for more than a year. Appointee will be an ministry, you don't know what is going on, and people are complaining a whole lot of constraint as a forum. But free now be through or no as an individual and dealings with the party as a forum. Never just for a year on social media now. I think there may be another side to it, because it's not normal. Because the way a man are carrying on social media, and you see, maybe it's because of where I'm coming from. I did mental health and those stuff, and sometimes always, psychological profile, and then I say for you see, there are a lot of stuff going on in her head. I think that people might even get closer to find out what exactly, because you see,
from maybe
oh, I think something, there may be some mess up somewhere.
Mess up near there.
No. You see, that is what I'm saying. Some of these things.
Because I know some Jata George Bekase, Pembaby Ojinano.
Okay.
So Joseph will be no so Bekasa. MPP ebegu
na so asem America yes be a me say wada mo no
and I watch your president
no you see obi betimi aya wade you go through a lot of psychological trauma, you understand that.
Why are you BBB?
So that particular trauma can take you off your feet. What I say, telling the story. So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying say no. She may be dealing with a lot of emotional
midlife crisis.
A lot of them. I think I pushing maybe the oil because we are dealing with a very reasonable woman. She's a lawyer, so for her to go to the point at a time, everybody is calling her to come. No, she's on social media posting video, dancing, and so it means something is going on. That thing, I think there was some psychological. I don't know about that. Mean to me, I don't want
to. So be a touch and touch money now. I don't
want to. One information and factor about that. But what I'm going through is
better make maybe say watch your president. Now why would you say will be a son so bonny be an idea?
Obi aso so or no amekasa so obi aso so bonny. But the reality is she's dealing with the situation. That situation may be anger. It could be a trauma. It could be some kind of a psychological
because it's a bit shocking. Sir, such a person, young person, or bright future,
very intelligent,
both in the MPP and in political or behavior.
Yes, it's not normal. So I be saying, "Me abina say can be free intense. Everything is clear. Me enya back and forth. Maybe I don't know whether they've tried to go closer to her to find out as to why. Sometimes you need to just insert yourself into the person to interrogate why the person is doing what she's doing. You understand? Because and you know, all of a sudden, a minister will be at Parliament several times. All of a sudden, and she's on social media, sometimes rebutting to some of the things in clear terms. As to it means that she knows what he's doing, and maybe something has gone amiss. So it is incumbent upon all of us just to try to interrogate exactly what has happened to her, why she's doing what she's doing, and the kind of psychological trauma, the stress, and say obinsu na pushing. So we can be na so na.
Me bisa questions. Me dey bisa questions.
Obi aso na so bone.
Me say me bisa say. Ana obi aso na so bone.
Ne ko share no bi ko so na so bone o ho na say agya ne buafu na se fo a. Ye nyina wona wo kanti no. Ye nyina ye
na me bisa. No. E different from one na ho.
Some Jubilee House menti wonti obi ko so na.
No, but me bisa say because o ka say e betimi aye some psychological mishap be somewhere.
Yes. And that is a fact because it's the way she's behaving because I just is a normal person over the years he said he behave or parliament not a leader
no a deputy majority
exactly so this is a sane and a rational human being so all of a sudden
obejani seat
or at baby a post video it means there is a psychological twist somewhere mo be taking me where say be oyare no but that could be trauma, that could be anything, that could be stress, it could be anything. So I think we should also in as much president is right to relieve her of her position because that particular
I read the tone of the letter. It wasn't relieve or sack though. The tone was more careful. The tone of the letter, it was more careful.
Man, careful. And you know, I say other people on the bench. The other people on the other side, so can say, I do ask for Mekasa. Because Papa Bakono Pam no or say when the dust settles of Abakasa be seen there and turning can.
Oh, I can say what.
Yes.
Oh, maybe Wabakasa and say, Bogum,
Sempa, but a seminar and Casano dust in the Saturday or Yamaka. It may be a dust in the Saturday. Just after was also come because at this time I revoking appointment. People also pushing say the parliamentary seat, you know, you declare the vacant and then I say for no. At this point, it'll be a team free. The side, so it has created a whole lot of way as to whether how to go about it. And I think the parliament the in the book, but because of the ministerial position, like I said, so on that particular score, the president was right in taking that particular decision. But subsequently, I think that we need to move into her and find out what exactly is going on. The colleagues in the NASFON is incumbent upon everybody to find out because I don't know how you're normal. So the reason I accentuated that that thing not happening, somebody should be interested so that we can put the issues in perspective. Now, so
the letter I read Namenko Beauty is revocation of Honorable Sarah Adjasafo's appointment. No, it's a brofono.
Say revoke, you invoke authority.
Oh, yeah, to Kumba. Yeah, who letters, sir. The other second watch Jacono. Young go here, yeah, what the young go has a letter. Not young Varia, you are a foodie.
And do watches on we are careful.
And I'm saying, in accordance with Article 81A of the Constitution, the President of the Republic, has revoked the appointment of Honorable Sarah Adjosafo, Member of Parliament for the The Minister for Sanitation and Water Resources, Madam Cecilia Dapa, will continue to act as a caretaker minister for Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection until such time that the president appoints a substantive minister.
So even this thing particular is a shoddy work. We see Ghana for why the lady is not available. It's because of non-availability. So at least just attest a reason to this particular thing.
The president has the power to appoint.
Yes, but at least you don't just revoke appointment. And situation for do right in front of us. It's non-availability. So why are they scared? Say I'm sure because it's not available.
No, but the point is that say non-availability in Tinia Sakina. Sa Joaba.
Oh, Kroma.
Awaba. And I know what a private jet in our Benina.
And into Waba Casa.
Maza, I just have we are going to
when it comes to issues of farm, I am a bit restrained and careful because no ban at Tite Kakra. So do honor.
Yeah, numbers and we are more. I say,
it do the benefit of say either single parenting, double parenting. But
okay, to before so to us, where watch Jacob. President Akufo-Addo relieves Minister for Energy of his position. Okay. To revoke where relieves. Okay. The President of the Republic has, by letter dated 6 August 2018, relieved the Minister for Energy, Mr. Boakye Jaako, of his position with immediate effect. Okay. President Akufo-Addo has asked Mr. Boakye Jaako to hand over his office to the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources. Mr. John Peter Amewu, who will act temporarily as Minister of Energy until substantive appointment is made. The President wishes Mr. Jaako well in his future endeavors. I know you now we know. When in accordance with
so we read the Honorable Jaako letter no. Now the compare Sarah letter now. Sarah letter Mampanyina wishing well for the future. There's a big difference.
Oh, that be way a very mischievous wish you well. I wish you well in your future. I say, the
point I'm making is that there is more to address issue than we know. But maybe I'm concerned crying the element of the more we want to know. But let us take Domekwa Brenya as a constituency in perspective. Kwame Unim said till date, it is the most densely populated constituency by voting in Ghana.
I should think so.
The voter population of Domekwa Brenya is almost 172,000 as of 2020. Going into 2024, it can escalate to almost 200,000 voters. So, we deal with a member of parliament of such constituencies. It's a bit tricky and sketchy. But you see, Kwame, I have to be a comparison. Because comparative politics no enhance honesty. And many people appreciate it as NKC, Kwabnata Mankadene Bay. Mammy Missa, what you for no her for nano pay say. Sir Zoom in Sanda, Mahama Pencil. And a sector minister be what Jana Kunya to her for more than a year. And Kagana for very artisan. Point 1. Point 2. And the civil society with critical voices. What would have been their disposition? Kwame, is it that Sabambi Bar certain voices don't matter? Or is it that some evil be happening under certain government? We should not trumpet it. Because over the situation of Adwa Safune Domekwa situation now, it is the most shameful political situation ever under the Fourth Republic. Minyan who be that? Take it from Rollins, from Kufuor, from Mills, from Mahama to Nanado. And you see, whilst I will agree and kind of align with the thinking of Ivan said, the woman might be soft going through certain psychological trauma, no? And yet personal property of anybody, a public office holding. And you see, this is a government on upon assumption into office, no? Oh my Ghana for who say we have the men. And if they have the men was symbolic for both men and women. So NPP it me to abamo money almost over 6 million population to abamo mono. Are they telling us, sir, from Parliament to Mukra 20 female MPs? Yan Madu MPP mono. Sadua Safo kwa enti me any competent women of a certain caliber on replacing. If you go to I can't mention names, but say they have the men. So if indeed, and I would say they don't even have the girls. They have jokers. Because you see, I'm not quite sure they really even have girls. Girls in the more. Girls. No, they don't have girls. Loyal ladies. Because Kunti Ban and Puntrene. Oh, loyal ladies for near. Oh, committee. Oh, here modest. Kunti Ban and Puntrene. Mr. Girls, they don't have the girls. They will not. They should not, and they shall not, and they will not. Because if truly, Saban we you see now no call your Thanksgiving service, no. Minya kwanye tie man of God no ko preaching ye no. I know about your boss video now. And interesting. But video no me quickly. Oh we are answer. Man of God says you invited the wrong person. Or see someone me bahas and me praise him, but you will not get it. Because you people are divided, you are shouting break the 8. How can a house divided a year torn apart? No, but my breaking the 8. The Adwa Safo controversy is an eye-opener for Ghana. We should not be more Catholic than the Pope. And going forward, Ochinabi, Saban bi sesana aban bi ba. Sa susubiana edebo na na we should turn it on. Medema no sini kwame. Media review budget we know. Very interesting. Kwame, so run the economy. There are several subsectors of an economy. One element of the economy is here by the trust economy, credibility economy. And you know, say a valuation of the asset I entire fan can. But say balance sheet ni income statement goodwill ni trash. When you are running an economy, one component of economy Kwame here is the credibility economy. And until I say okay say Sabi Mr. Emeka, a match okay. So we are buying now performing on the health economy, agric economy, industrial economy, financial economy. Not about credibility economy now failure. It turns things around. And now I can say, Adwa Safo ministry now or no, me the manu be now better be say. Credibility bet me affect government going forward because of my research and a survey. And my research am I appointed to the fact to say, per one ministry, our development partners, need donors, need grant givers, any omudilia, and the Ministry for Social Protection. Because when the development partners need this scaffer, and to ye lip, oh yes, slatla, oh yeah, a lot of NGO project, a one hour day cover. Social Protection Net, and a one hour defer. It says a sector minister, I've sent in home for more than 1 year. The indication of my development partners say you are not serious as a government. And it is a mere embassy, a consulate. The development partner I'm the scare brawa. That element alone can take me off. And by way, no, they can free fall and flip flop on all sectors of the economy. But one particular economy acquire omu credit deficit and negativity and the credibility economy. And until now, they come about to be so verbal, to be so flippant, to be so omu kasa. But after they are talking, it doesn't reflect the reality. It is simply because developing stakeholders never brought the credibility crisis now will face until you won't get it. Kwame Adua de Binisoko. Now, my other concern is the posture of Parliament. In fact, Minyadaji Speaker of Parliament ruling on the matter. I will defer to some member in October. In my country, there was wisdom in their deferment. Because in the spirit of natural justice, you must give people fair hearing. And don't forget to say, abandon Ghana for a social contract. And in social contract, there's something called condition precedent. Kwame say ubetwa me Peter, mami hu ha wa ubetwa de nafa. And say ubeyi aduana ubeyi ni de na parliament beyi no a, ye man fair hearing.
That is the principle of natural justice.
Just exactly with condition precedent. Mani pani hunu de enti a crucify.
Or the alternative pattern.
Now, Kwame media, a good news matter because presidents have been said. I have heard. Said the majority subgroup in Parliament, they are heading to the Supreme Court of Ghana to test the law. Because in their understanding, a position by the Privileges Committee of Parliament is sacrosanct. And that the Privileges Committee given ruling, it must not be subject to plenary or the entire Parliament of Ghana. That is according to the majority wisdom. According to Speaker of Parliament and minority, so no much say, Adua must be given further hearing so that they will not breach the principle of natural justice. Whichever way it go, I don't see anything different that will happen in the Supreme Court. For me, Samini Adua and can even resign as a member of Parliament because her life is in danger. Because at the BSC were buying way mono, so we know to do more than Yanko say.
But I didn't remember Adua for such a brilliant.
Exactly.
Now all of a sudden, obey
assuming that posture,
inflicting on her own
pain that she doesn't deserve. Kwame, there's more to this issue. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, to us, yes, this scenario will be Charlie. Kwame, I'm telling you today, this issue will not die today, not tomorrow. Oh dear, Omopa let down horn Adua Safo out of Parliament. The cardboard in the skeleton in the cardboard will come out. Because you see, you see, Opia Brewatu baby, no, there's all to Waba no man, no baby will be rest. Adua will not go down alone. And another say, Kwame,
because they are down.
Things will come out. And you see, no. Kwame, you see, you see, Sebi, Otafia, Otajaso.
Otafia. Ah, it is.
And the Kwame, young friend say, Timu say, the Omode ya Joanna, so Pam who for to Bema. A day will come, she cannot contain the pomposity, the arrogance, and the unfair treatment. That day is likely to bring this government down.
I cannot contain the pomposity of a BOT on my show. For that matter, I'm calling the shot, sir, and then my phone show. No, Ivan, for me, see, now you call the pomposity out of the show.
Oh, but I think, sir, you see, the lady is so determined. So we will be a why psychological profile, and you know, sir, this is a determined woman. Because you see, in some nearby, from other courtesies. She has been bashed, she has been insulted, she has been bastardized in all manner, from TV to whine. But in the face of all these things, this lady has remained resolute to the extent, say, Otimiko social media. You are dealing with a determined woman who is why you're not being said, or you're not just obey idea. So what or be so obey. But men said Osika Parliament, it will be unfair just to throw somebody out without listening to, because you may be dealing with mere issues, but on the other side, where I'm coming from, could be psychological issues. Sometimes, okay, fair enough. It could be across Facebook, for Neman or post, she's doing it under certain conditions. What does America no? No, it doesn't matter. What if she's being coerced to do? I'm not defending her. I'm saying the president sacking her from the ministry is right and just. But Parliament is a different ball game altogether. But because I think we need to approach this thing with the rationality, because the mere fact that we are absent for 15 days and it doesn't mean that yes, I can go automatically. No, your friends are Canada, Japan, as but the law says the adduced cogent reason, and if they find a particular thing reasonable,
adduced there.
No, but there should be a coherent argument.
I know they are adduced.
Yes.
What adduced cogent reason?
Because Obama,
what can Professor say me and
Omana kwenya na oba na obekane nsem na say pass mu a then I think that particular way no we take a decision anya sa na say ye no ye take decision capriciously ni arbitrary say no sikan ya and na say metetawa 18 metetawa 16 day kabo opa umpo what I say e be say ye be set a terrible precedent MY democracy so wabakrom ha I think say now
Oban so twa or the private jets in the buy.
One answer the present. Triumphant entry into Ghana.
Oh, in fact, we private jet in Musua. It's a presidential private jet. No. Oshe the ina eduane wa order
number mampany
cross. Yeah,
order mampany ase.
Order nase
when Twitter no hwe.
The
caption no. Order nanad was go and check.
Yanko na madam for Facebook.
Order especially I say Dankopon Atonopo na tamfo anim na special thanks go to His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo.
Na say we are diabolic and that.
No man. You see. But come answer me free show so akokeko na. I think say something monumental is happening.
And you kohwe.
Me kohwe. So what shall all check it.
We do me hundu ade.
The order na do ase no ho.
Sa.
The oti play no man aduan.
Oh nyani. Ye die nyina ehwini.
Oh what? Oh, on Twitter,
we say you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies.
Okay.
You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. Psalm 23, verse 5.
Sir, where Nanado said that. The branch elections of the National Democratic Congress are shasi. Na mama first ma ba akwanya ba ko.
But offense
very.
Wo hwe
she's likely say her ko independent to bet ma when we do me kwa benya.
Na nim, mama cho the dynamics we do me kwa benya. The age do me kwa benya wo say nkrofo edoso ho.
Yeah.
In 2012, we be at me. Never pass sorry for.
Oh.
Secret there wo ho nyina no. Never pass sorry for. If I can see all over Ghana,
I get it.
Oh, please. Okay, standing on independent. Obe winning hands down.
I mean, the man no see no.
Another day, I'm sure some better touching no.
1% this moment touching the touching. I mean, branch elections say across breadth and length of the country. Now, me for Akwanya we saw commended the leadership of the NDC. Number 3, one who said the microcosm of every political unit, you know, and the strength of the party. Into the branch of the NDC is even more superior than the national because so branch ni near and found national leadership a crowd. Into moving forward, no, so what shall I say among four to quanketing Ketia Shase a command tokwa. Now, Ubi be our NDC and come mumu. I elected competent people at the branch level. Now, you're going to say a quack or tone positioner. The consequences is that you bring a very vibrant leadership position at the national, regional constituency, but a weaker front at the branch level. Mr. And this need be function. It is every day is a campaign day, but say any competent, committed, loyal, selfless people on be dedicated or who said 2024 you do or die and no contribution, no chopper. We can have the best of a flag bearer, the best of a running mate, the best of national leadership, but one the branch or the microcosm unit becomes with this little we can achieve. Obian fani hunra branch election num na yen electing nipa on be money in polling station going into 2024. Na yen sa no a December 7, 2024 will be a communal labor of change in Ghana. Communal labor of change means me a communal labor of change on my show. Eti ede me da beauty ase, me da Ivan ase. Aha, I did me the me exercise still. I remain the bombardier, the field marshal, the squadron leader, the ranger, the buffalo when he royal. General Kabaka, Bufadeshe,
Yeah, they a chopper kese be wa say last week. Yeah, said that anye show na nipa bebre. Ana no hu yade. Hashtag la victoria si pray until victory always. Saluta continue. We shall continue fighting. Frodio a patra for God and country. Next week we shall be back. Catch you.